should tell us, Senator Thune. Maybe you should tell us. John Thune wants Senate to go into recess. The president has said, well, in no uncertain terms, he said, don't be stupid. Don't go into recess when you've got this sitting on the table. Senator Lee and multiple Republican senators have all jumped up and said, nope, we're not going to leave town until we get this done. So keep your eye on the Senate today while the president is meeting with Zelensky, Netanyahu, and going to Lindsey Graham's funeral. Unbelievably busy day and consequential one here in your nation's capital. And we'll be here tomorrow to tell you all about it. I've been having aches and pains as I get a little older, even from my regular workouts. I'm feeling sorer than I used to feel. But then when I woke up in mid-May with crippling sciatica, where I could barely walk, let alone run and train for a marathon, well, I knew I had to do something about it. I had already started taking Relief Factor, but I started upping my doses because I needed to get rid of that inflammation that was causing the pain on that sciatic nerve. And, well, it worked. I'm now training for a marathon, the Marine Corps Marathon, this October. Hopefully I can catch up and get my miles in. But the point is I don't have that pain anymore, and it's thanks to Relief Factor. If this story sounds familiar, I beg you to just try the 3-week quick start for just $17.76. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4-RELIEF.
It's time for Talktivities on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Do you have an item for Talktivities? Email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Eastern New Mexico Medical Center has a stroke support group for stroke survivors, family members, and caregivers. Meetings are on the third Wednesday of every month from 4 to 5 p.m. at the ENMMC Senior Circle, 350 West Country Club Road in Roswell. The support group is free and open to the community. Light refreshments will be offered. There are hundreds of miles of trail on the Lincoln National Forest in New Mexico. Individuals and groups can help maintain these trails and restore or protect resources in our area by adopting a trail. You or your group return on a continuing basis to ensure the trail you adopt remains in good condition. Contact jeremy.pritchett@usda.gov.
If you have an item for Talktivities, email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com. That's calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Bill Cunningham is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. A controversial figure who rose to national and international prominence during the COVID pandemic, Dr. Anthony Fauci, kept a diary.
The content of the entries reveal Fauci was absolutely obsessed with his newfound fame while the coronavirus spread and Americans were locked down, many sick and some dying. Fauci writes, "The situation with my national and international fame is explosive and really unimaginable," adding that he may be the most famous and talked about person in the country. Press still hot and heavy about me, multiple stories per day, directly or indirectly involving me. Fauci also noting that he was invited to appear on Dancing with the Stars. "No thanks," he writes.
Correspondent Laura Winter says Fauci is due on Capitol Hill tomorrow. Senator Rand Paul spilled the beans on Fauci's diary. In northeast Wisconsin,
I heard a big crack and I saw this limb go into the garage. And I headed down to the basement with my kitty. And when I come up, it's like a war zone here.
Menasha, Wisconsin resident Kathy Zink talking with WBAY-TV in the wake of a powerful storm that included at least one tornado. Violent weather pummeled a wide swath of the Midwest, extending into the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes region. Japanese authorities warning of a possible powerful aftershock after a 7.1 earthquake rattled Japan's Kyushu Island. No reports of major damage or serious injuries. An earlier tsunami warning canceled. Nearly 4,000 more people are being ordered to evacuate from tourist sites on the Atlantic coast of France. Returning hot, dry conditions threaten firefighters' fragile hold on a vast wildfire that's burning west of Bordeaux. The Dow futures up 511 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hey, y'all, I'm Willie Robertson.
And I'm Corey Robertson.
We partnered with Echo. It's a new platform, not just streaming.
Movies and series that are safe for your family. I love a podcast.
Plus, Echo Daily Devotionals.
Echo. Hey, Willie, what is is my pet squirrel.
Okay, now, Echo is not just faith-friendly, it is faith-driven.
Be a part of something better.
Echo.
Echo.
Where I want to be. That's EKKL.com.
Subscribe now.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
At least some of the initial enthusiasm for AI stocks among investors may be wearing thin.
Today's sell-off in Asia's chip stocks comes as investors begin to question how much is being spent on the AI boom, as well as worries over rising competition from China's chip industry. Shares in NVIDIA sank 5% on Wall Street on Monday on reports that the chip maker could provide a financial backstop worth $250 billion to help build open AI data centers. That's raising concerns about the extent to which the American chip maker may be financing its own customers.
The BBC's Maura Fogarty. Meeting at a British naval base, Ukrainian President Zelensky and new UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham have discussed joint drone projects and Ukraine's urgent need for ballistic missile interceptors. Today, President Trump will meet with Zelensky at the White House. News and analysis at townhall.com. Allegations of behavior unbecoming a Secret Service agent.
Florida authorities have arrested a U.S. Secret Service agent and 2 other men on felony charges, saying they committed brutal beatings as part of a fraternity hazing ritual. One of the defendants, 29-year-old Marquez Christopher Pinder, is an agent in the Miami field office and is now on administrative leave. Pinder and the 2 other defendants are charged with felony hazing, aggravated battery, and attempted manslaughter. Pinder's arrest warrants says a University of Miami graduate student and another young man required hospitalization for severe injuries after they were beaten with paddles and canes in April. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The Trump administration is preparing to supercharge programs designed to counter China's growing influence around the world, bolstering the budgets of those initiatives by hundreds of millions of dollars. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
That's right. Tuesday. Welcome to it.
Yeah.
Day number 2 of the the Chaves County Fair, the 4-H FFA Fair.
Yeah. Hydrate today.
Please hydrate. It is rough. Yesterday was rough.
Our high today? 108. 108.
What was it yesterday? Because I know we topped out at 110 in my car.
Yeah. I think officially they said it was supposed to be like 106, but yeah, I think it was higher than that. So they're officially saying 108, so probably like 115 today.
We went through the drive-thru last night, and they pulled our car.
Yeah?
And I looked at the guy, I said, please hurry. And I drove into my spot. But yeah, it was rough yesterday, and today's not going to be any different. So get as much liquid into your body as you can. Electrolytes, please, because the hydration's not enough. You're like diluting your system if you're not putting those salts back in, the potassium, the magnesium. So
yeah, but it's gonna be a hot one. I was looking, I was like, man, 108.
But bear in mind, while this is happening, if you are in a position where you need it, the cooling center is open and available.
See.
And they'll be open around noon today. That's when they open. So their services will be available if you just need to duck in for a quick, cool off. They'll have showers available, things of that nature as well. And you can also get some water there if that's something that you're needing. But please do.
And of course, for those who are able, they could always use donations of food, water, cooling supplies like cooling towels and socks, underwear. Sunscreen, hats, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I couldn't help but giggle because when you said cooling towels, I ordered myself a really nice memory foam cool side pillow. Okay. One of those where the one side has like the cooling gel.
Yeah.
I unboxed it yesterday and my son immediately is like, "Oh, this is soft. This is great." And it's his now. It's just become his. Like I woke him up this morning to take him to mom's house. He goes, "Can I bring this pillow with me?" I'm like, "Yep, you sure can, bud."
Well, that's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine as long as he's getting a cooler night's sleep. I'm good. That's the sacrifice of a parent right there.
There it is. This is true.
The unblinking, unwavering sacrifice constantly of a parent.
Then you get another one and ran and want that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's how things work. That's why I buy things in triplicate. It's like collectors, how they buy one to use and one to keep.
Right.
I have to buy 3, one for one kid, one for the other, one for if I ever want to think about using it.
One for the shelf.
That's right.
Oh man, I forgot them. Dang it.
Well, what I was thinking about, you were talking about not feeling super duper well this morning, and I think part of that is what you're dealing with your medication situation. I think yesterday did not help anybody out. I mean, I know you have access to air conditioning, but you were still out in it at points, and that takes its toll, man.
Yeah, I think it's just my sick being. I had a little bug. I think is really what's going on. It's kind of
got that cyclo.
I don't know. It just seems, but it's. I'm doing better at the moment.
That's good.
But this morning I had not a good morning. But anyway,
but tomorrow we will. We can imbibe.
Yeah, I have. I've procured fudge round cream pie.
Yes,
which is a Little Debbie mashup, if you will, of a fudge round and oatmeal cream pie.
Sometimes I think that the R&D over at Little Debbie's, they just get bored.
Yeah.
There's just some dude at a desk. He's just like, I don't know, oatmeal cream and a fudge round. Print it.
I believe this is from the Little Deborah line of products.
Well, actually, this one's Giant Deborah.
Big Debbie.
I will say, and here's a little history and lore for you. The original Little Debbie snack cake was the oatmeal cream pie. That's the OG. So any addition you make to it, that's all. It's fine by me.
Sure.
That being said, growing up, especially like high school, early college, I was a fudge round boy.
I do
enjoy. You
enjoy
could get them by the box, and that was a good sitting. 3 or 4 of those.
I do love an oatmeal cream pie too. I mean, they're really. They are the two up. Little Debbie. I don't know. The Swiss cake roll is probably the one C. But the fudge round and oatmeal cream pie right there.
Here's the problem I have with Little Debbie for the most part is, at least, and this has been just my experience, and maybe this is just growing up kind of ghetto.
Yeah.
But every Little Debbie snack cake is an experiment in stretching. Because you're trying to make every bit of that last as long as you can for your 50 cents or whatever you paid for your snack cake. And that's where was the birth of the Nutty Bar. And I'm gonna say this out loud. I don't like Nutty Bars anymore.
No,
I'm over them. I went through my phase. It's just not good. I used to love them wafer at a time. It's not an enjoyable experience anymore. I don't know. Maybe something in the recipe changed. Maybe I've changed as a person. I don't know. But I'm over Nutty Bars. But everything else, like the Swiss cake roll, same thing. People roll them out, and they'll like take the cream off, and then they'll eat it tiramisu style, things like that. But yeah, that's always been the thing with Little Debbie, especially with the cream pies, because those are so rich. You kind of need something to cut through it, or just eat like a part of it. Like I feel like if you bring these in, we can quarter it. Because I think Jocelyn will be back tomorrow, so we can quarter it. We can all have a piece, and there'll still be a piece left over for Wilford Brimley. Because you got to leave one out, like pouring a little out for your homie.
Yeah, did she go to Vegas?
Yeah,
cool.
Getting back from a Vegas trip, they went to see the Happy Fits and the All American Rejects.
Oh, nice.
In Vegas. And you know what's funny is after the whole All American Rejects thing, when they did the pop up show in Albuquerque, I'm like, you guys really think you're still that big of a deal? It was kind of one of those situations where you're in the car with your buddy and you're like, you can change it if you want. I'm fine with it. I'm good with it too if you're good. And then like 2 minutes later, you're singing along. I started going through All American Rejects was a core part of my adolescence and my early or late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
I listened, like the self-titled All American Rejects album. I don't think it was their debut. I think it was their second. Literally the whole soundtrack, like start to finish, I have memorized. And I forgot that I memorized it. It's one of those things where you're like, you put a song on and you start singing parts that you forgot you knew. And this is why I don't know math, because my brain decides to log away song lyrics as core memories.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get that every once in a while. Like, like it happened one time with an obscure Skid Row song that was like one of their B-side ones off of, I don't know if it was Slave to the Grind or I can't remember what album it was, but I remember it just came on randomly, like on I think I heard it like on Boneyard or one of those satellite stations, and all of a sudden I'm like, Slave to the... I was just singing lyric for lyric. Like, I haven't heard this song in 30 years, and I knew the word for word on it.
I don't know if this is a superpower or if it's like a genetic flaw, because I've noticed my daughter can do this too.
Yeah.
But we'll be listening to something. Usually it's something that's like spoken word, like either like a comedian or a bit that I pulled up. And both myself and Rhiannon can remember where we were, exactly where, like I was driving down Virginia, and I was just passing by where the ice house used to be, and that's when this part played.
Right.
The last time I heard it. And it's like I can photographically remember the last time I heard a thing.
Yeah.
It's a weird superpower to have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I'm going to use that for good.
I've got one that actually my dad put on me.
Yeah.
With song stuff. So my dad believed that whenever he heard the song Hey Jude on the radio, that meant good news, good things are going to happen.
Oh.
And a couple of events lined up with his theory, a couple did not. But
right.
But that is like so rubbed off on me. Like he's been past 8 years now, 9 years, and to this day I'll hear Hey Jude, like, oh. And it's that
it keeps the eye open. You're like, okay, now I'm going to start looking for. See what that does.
I relate every time I hear that song. That's what I think of.
That's an awesome thing that your dad gave you, because that means he gave you a chance to just, even for the length of a song and a little after, change your perspective. Because you're walking through a cynical world, and just for a second you're like, let's see if I can find some positive. let's look for the positive, which we rarely ever do these days.
Right.
In this day and age.
But so that's one of those things. So kind of, and weirdly enough, my mom was the Beatles fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom was a huge Beatles fan. She had like all the albums and all.
I was not allowed to listen to the Beatles.
Like when they showed the girls going all nutsy pre Michael Jackson, my mom was one of those.
Oh, okay.
Women.
She was
all
she was
about
like
them.
a Sullivan.
She loved. She was a Swiftie for the the Beatles.
She was a Beatlemaniac.
Yeah.
My household, we were not allowed to listen to the Beatles because of I believe it was Paul McCartney or John Lennon's statement that they were bigger than Jesus.
That was Lennon.
Yeah, Lennon. But bigger than Jesus. And once they said that, my dad's like, well, no more in this house. 3 Dog Night it is. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Actually, my the song that gets me is with my mom and dad, and I know we gotta wrap soon, but the song "Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard," I think it's Paul. Is it Paul Simon? I can't remember. Simon Garfunkel. Either way, that is like my mom and dad's song because my mom's nickname, my dad's nickname for my mom was Julio. Hoolie, because her name is Julie. So he called her Hoolie, and so it was Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. That was their song. And so still to this day, when I hear it pop up on the radio or whatever, I'm like, hey, Dad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's give the rundown. See, we are deeper than fudge rounds.
That's right. Well, not every segment has to end in food.
Yeah.
Just most of them.
That's right. We're going to replay our interview we had with Carrie Moore yesterday from the Chaves County Health Council talking about this Saturday's big health fair out at the mall. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to replay Sean's interview he had last week with Daniel Smiles from Havens of Hope, a organization that helps youth. Yeah. He's out of Clovis.
Out of Clovis,
think. Yeah. And I don't remember all the details about it, but it's pretty cool stuff.
It's a really cool organization. We had a great conversation. So
yeah. And then Amy McVeigh-Taves with the Historical Society scheduled to join us in the 9 o'clock hour. I think talking baseball for August 15th there. So. And then we'll have all the newses and all that good stuff as well, too.
Yeah, sir.
Before we do any of that, let's take a gander at your weather. Like I said, 108. Ugh. 108. Yeah, that's today.
it.
108.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. All that moist air from the monsoon staying well off to our west, and that means sunny and hot conditions for us today. We're headed for about 107 on the afternoon high. Wind will be a little bit gusty, but not too bad, and we should have sunshine through the day. Looks like mid-70s for the overnight hours, a little bit breezy and clear, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, highs about 103. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 76 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 54% with southeast winds at 6 miles per hour. Another heat advisory kicking in today, beginning at 1 through 7 p.m. this evening. Sunny, hot, 108 today. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, overnight low 75. Southeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow, Wednesday, sunny and 104. Hiccups. Thursday, sunny, 104. Friday, sunny and 106. And Friday night, we do have a chance of thunderstorms, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, sunny and hot with a high of 103. And then Sunday, looking at sunny and hot 101, 104 Monday of next week. Yeah, it's still 1 for the foreseeable future. My apologies. I wish I had better news. I don't. All right, it is 7:20. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll also have your Roswell livestock report with Smiley Wooten in there as well. And then we're going to play our interview with Carrie Moore from the Chaves County Health Council. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
Summer fun is almost done, but the savings roll on during the Roswell Honda Summer Event. Now through the end of the month, score an unbelievable rate on your next ride. Like 5.49% for up to 60 months on 2026 Civic Hatchback, 3.99% for up to 60 on 26 HRV and Accord Hybrid, 2.49% for up to 36 months on 26 CRV and CRV Hybrid, and an unbelievable 1.99% for up to 36 months on 2026 Ridgeline. The Summer Event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Jennifer here at Trustmark Roofing and Windows. And did you know that we get a bunch of service calls per year from people who didn't even hire us? That means they originally hired someone else to replace their roof, windows, or gutters. Then later, when a problem popped up, they tried to call their contractor back to help, only to find out that the contractor has ceased to exist. They're gone, done, out of state, out of business. At Trustmark Roofing and Windows, we have serviced southeastern New Mexico for 20 years. As a second-generation contractor, we have serviced our area through many major hail and windstorms. We have customers who are the kids of customers that we've serviced many years ago. We will be here when you need us, period. For roofing, gutters, or windows, visit trustmarkroofing.org or call Trustmark Roofing and Windows 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. 869 head of cattle sold on Monday on the lower market with excellent buyer attendance compared to last week. Stocker calves sold steady to 20 lower. Feeder cattle 15 to 20 lower. Packer cows and bulls steady to $5 lower. 3 to 400 pound steers $471, $575. 3 to 400 pound heifers $425, $545. 4 to 500 pound steers $420, $471. 4 to 500 pound heifers $375, $4 1/4. 5 to 600 pound steers $380, $420. 5 to 600 pound heifers $342, $375. 6 700 pound steers $360, $380. 6 700 pound heifers $305, $342. 7 800 pound steers $3 $360. 7 800 pound heifers $297, $305. Packer cows $175, $181. Canner and cutter cows $162, $169. Packer bulls $210, $217. Feeder bulls $185, $90. Top half the cow-calf pairs $3,800 to $4,650 per pair. Top half the bred cows $3,000 to $3,550 per head. We do appreciate the business, and we'll talk to you next Monday morning. Pray for some rain. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters. Shoe store is called a Brannock device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chavez County Health Council, Carrie Moore back with us. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am here.
Yeah, well, we're days away.
Days away.
Finally here. The coming up this Saturday is the annual Health Expo and Fun Run. It starts, things officially kick off with the Fun Run with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yes.
And that's a spaced 80s theme and all that, and so come out there and you're fun,
So it's kind of retro MTV vibe on it. So, throw on some, maybe some leather or some spandex.
Yeah. Although it's going to be like 100, so maybe.
Well, hopefully not at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, not at 7 a.m., but, think about maybe something breathable.
Well, the T-shirts back then were holy, so.
That's true. That's true. Go with the light safety green, like those Hulk style ripped up shirts that were very popular.
Or you can do the whole Madonna thing with the fishnet gloves. And,
that'll work.
The skirts.
Yeah,
that'll
work.
Cyndi Lauperez.
No, maybe not heels though, since you're running or kind of running.
Well, it could be fake heels.
That's true.
I don't know.
They do have like the
like tennis shoes that look like heels and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you on that? I wouldn't recommend getting maybe not go as something all leathered up or nothing. Perhaps I don't know. Josie and the Pussycats or something like that might be a bad idea.
I don't know. Thinking back to the 80s, we kind of wore that when it was hot. So
Yeah. Yeah, don't wear the parachute pants. Tomorrow or Saturday's a bad day for parachute pants.
You do you, boo. So we'll kick off with the fun run, which benefits the Boys and Girls Club, and you can still get tickets, and you can sign up the morning of.
Yes.
You're not guaranteed a shirt at this point because all that has already been turned in.
Yeah, pre-registration we guarantees you a shirt, but they do have extras, and they'll hand them out as long as they got them.
As long as they have them.
Yeah.
Now, remember, this is a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club, and they just opened that facility in Hagerman, and they're trying to branch out, and they're trying to do as much as they can. Their goal was $5,000. That was their goal for this fundraiser. They haven't even hit $800.
Ooh, so please.
Come on, guys. Let's support our youth and...
Even if you can't run, make a donation.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
Make a donation.
It's tax deductible. You can get your little certificate right there when you...
And they've been, like you said, expanding their services. And now, especially with back to school kicking in, they've expanded their back to school services. And it's a lot of money, so they really could use the funding.
And they're growing their program. And so it's fantastic. If you haven't seen what the Boys and Girls Club is, it's not Boys and Girls Club from the 80s, you know, back then. It's structured. It meets all the requirements that, you know, they force now on all of those facilities. But it's a fantastic program.
Sure. And it is
youth.
student driven too. Like I know like the older kids especially will kind of dictate the programming and things that they do. And obviously adult supervised and all that, but they get a say in all that too.
Yeah.
And so, and for the younger kids, it's kind of, you know, they work with them on their homework and all that stuff. So, you know, for after school, it's top notch for, you know, for parents that can't pick up their kids after school. And if you need those services, they've expanded, you know, each year they've kind of added an elementary school, a little bit to it. And so check if you're available on that if you need it. But in the meantime, please donate. Please sign up for the fun run this Saturday. If you can't do that, then make a donation in some way, shape, or form. Or if you want to, you know, online or go by the Boys and Girls Club, whatever, or come by Saturday and drop off a check. That'd be awesome too. So
yeah, anything helps. And then of course after you do your run or your walk, or you think about that run or walk, because that's what I'll be doing. I'll be thinking about it. Then it's time for
I'll
the
be supporting
expo.
Financially.
Right. I'm there in spirit.
By spirit, I'm giving somebody.
But then we have the expo. So we've got over 100 booths.
Absolutely.
Again, we're at the mall, and we will be at the mall for many, many years.
This is its home.
Yeah, because there's no facility in Roswell big enough to house it. And
it's kind of a double win because it is also tax-free weekend this weekend.
Yep. So
you can do some shopping while in there for back to school stuff, and you know, obviously we're going to be giving away backpacks and school supplies during the event as well too.
Yeah. So this year we were fortunate. Leprino was able to purchase over 600 backpacks for us, and then of course part of our fee is backpacks. The school district, Roswell Schools, bought supplies.
Oh, nice.
And so they're putting the supplies in the backpack. They are going to be there at the expo.
Great.
So you can go in and you can talk to the school district and get their information, get your backpacks.
So it's probably any last-minute questions you have for your school districts. They probably get some of that information there on Saturday.
Normally they do their own back-to-school event, but they decided that because we compete for resources, that it's better just to join.
Sure.
Which was the whole point of the
Makes
Health
sense.
Expo to start with, was try to get everybody together so we could work as a unit.
It's all one thing.
Yeah.
We're trying in the same thing, and to be honest, it just lines up perfectly with the tax-free weekend.
It
there,
does.
It's all the planets align this year.
Yes. Well, and you know, it was actually even better because we for years have tried to figure out how to get sports physicals part of this.
Right.
You know, with it not being at the hospital or any.
It's kind of hard to do that.
It's hard to do it, you know. But this year we were able to. Eastern New Mexico Medical Center said, "Hey, we've got some doctors who are volunteering their time, to come out, and they're going to do sports physicals."
Great.
Now the kids have to bring their forms; they need to be filled out.
Sure.
The parents have to come with them because you have to have the whole consent piece to it.
But we can get that signed off and done.
But you can get them done.
Yeah.
So if you weren't able to get in, now's the time. Come get your physicals done.
And that'll probably save a lot of people a headache and things because, you know, sometimes get an appointment and then, going to your doctor, it's a 5 minutes of work for 45 minutes of waiting, you know.
Right, yeah. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
So you can do it, you know, send some of the kids off shopping.
Sure.
With one of the parents. You stand here with the other kid, do the physical.
Absolutely.
And you can kill multiple birds with one stone.
Absolutely. Plus, there's a ton of booths if you're not messing with school physicals or any of that stuff. Like, if you're quality of life stuff, anything for, if you're thinking seniors to retirement, those transition to life type things.
We got you from pregnancy to death.
Yeah, everything womb to tomb.
I like that. Oh, I'm going to have to figure out how to use that one. Womb to tomb. Yeah, because Anderson Bethany is there. So, we got the tomb.
We're covered.
Yeah. Early childhood's there, and they do womb.
Yep.
Loveless has got the pregnancy center. So
just doesn't, I love it, but doesn't, it's kind of like the big Roman colon, some people get it, some people.
Well, and it's back this year.
It is back if you've not seen it.
Yeah, and it's huge. It's a nice tunnel to go down.
Sure. Well, and it's to raise awareness, obviously, for getting they keep, to be honest, it seems like every year they keep pushing up the goalposts on when you're supposed to have your colonoscopies, and I think it's mid-40s now is what they're saying. But yeah, so it's just a reminder of that to have, and it's as a guy that's in the regular of getting those now, I understand the point of it. It's one of those things that it can cause the cancer, but if you do this every couple years, or it really pretty much eliminates that.
Screenings help, and that's why we do this, right? Is so that we can do those screenings. We've got every year we give away free mammograms.
Yeah.
This year we're able to do 42. Still need to pre-register for those.
Sure.
And there's still some space. So if you haven't already registered for it, we can get you registered for the mammogram.
Excellent.
It's the 3Ds, and anything to save a life, we try to do it.
Preemptive and all those things. Yeah, this is kind of the way of the world where, health insurance and everybody else, they want these, so they're going to give these kinds of things free or
right. Yeah, if you have health insurance, mammograms are part of it. You get the free screenings. But if you don't have health insurance and you're of a particular age, you need to have those screenings done.
Yep, and these will get you covered.
This will get you covered.
Yeah, it is. And here's the thing too, especially with mammograms, that technology has advanced quite a bit in the last several years.
Oh gosh, yes.
And so they're finding way more. And so don't be alarmed, but they're going to probably find things, and they're going to be like, oh, and they're going to make you nervous for a minute, but it turns out it's nothing. And to be honest, it's the whatever the technology they're using, the digital works, they can see tissue way better, they can see anomalies way better, and they're seeing things that they couldn't previously see. And so now they're seeing and they're like, oh, what's that? Oh, we do some research, it's nothing, no big deal, but the cameras are so much better. So please don't be surprised if they say, hey, we want you to double check something here, just because their camera work and the equipment is that much better now.
In the last 8 years, well, this is our 8th year, so in the last 7 years doing the screenings, we've only had 3 positives, but that's 3.
Yeah.
And so even though I said only, it's not only. We were able to detect 3.
And they catch it early, where it's really not the big rigmarole that it can be with leading down the mastectomies, chemo, whatever's next on that. They can eliminate some of that where they can lead.
And again, it is all private, and the only reason we know this, they just come back with just general numbers. We saw X amount of people, X amount of things popped up.
Right.
Just so that we can kind of see, were we making a difference in Chavez County?
Sure.
Are we making you healthier? And that's part of the whole goal.
Well, and unfortunately, there is a large population of Chavez County that don't see doctors regularly, don't have access to health care, and so events like this are critical.
Yes.
To make sure. And so if you're one of those folks that hasn't seen a doctor in a while or hasn't, please come to this event. Take advantage of some of these screenings, some of these, the blood sugar and lab work tests and the various things that you can get done here. Please take advantage of it. Talk to some of these doctors. Schedule colonoscopies. Let's see what we can do to work around this stuff. Or even if you have insurance and ain't seen a doctor in a while, it's time to it's. The older you get, the more you're going to see. I get it. When you're 20, you don't care. But when you hit, I don't know if it's 40, whatever it is, you just all of a sudden, you got to see the doctor all the time. I don't know what happens.
It's usually about 5 years before you think you're middle-aged.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're just like, man, this thing starts hurting this. And it really is your body indicating things, you know, and those are warning signs and messages and things. When you catch them in your 40s and 30s, they're not problems in your 60s and 70s. And so that's why we push these kinds of screenings.
And we hand out, there's a lot of information. So a lot of the booths are informational booths. So, if you need to find out about a service that's available, one of the booths is autism.
Yeah.
We don't have an autism facility here in Roswell. They're out of Albuquerque. And I see it on Facebook. People ask all the time, where do we do this? How do we do this? Well, here's the access. Well, now you can go and you can find out, they have the parenting classes, the ways to help maneuver through life that's different.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are resources that we don't necessarily think about because they're not here.
Right.
You need them, but you don't know where to go. And a lot of times all we're doing is, we put on Facebook, how do I do this? Where do I find this? Sometimes it's useful information. Sometimes it's not accurate.
Sure.
But here you can have these conversations with these groups and find out, really, what do you do? How can you help me?
Well, and we're a unique state. We're Roswell. We're little town, big town. We have the basics, but we're still in pretty much rural healthcare situation.
Oh yeah.
And,
and we will be.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do they throw as much money as they can in rural healthcare, but the problem is that a lot of people don't want to live in rural New Mexico. And so we're constantly...
Cancer specialists want to live where big cities are and nice things. And heart specialists and those specialists want to do that.
So we try to bring in as much as we can to try to help on that part.
Which is kind of, again, this is why the health expo is important. And, especially with like the trans arrow and that's the kind of stuff you need to look, more information
Well, yeah, I mean,
and
a lot of people don't even know that if you have health insurance, you can pick trans arrow and they'll transport for free. So you're not stuck with that huge bill.
Yeah, next thing you know, because in case you ever did do that before, you're getting hit with like a $60,000 bill all of a sudden for
and that's even if you have insurance because they only pay a certain percentage and then you have the rest of it. And now you don't have that rest of it.
God forbid you ever need it, but if you do, just tell them, I think it's Eddy County, Chaves County, they both qualify, I think now.
Yeah, and I think maybe even Lee.
Lee County as well, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought they threw on a third county.
Okay, that's very possible. I know for a fact Eddy and Lee, so I mean Eddy and Chaves.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, and things are expanding. I mean, right now we're working on behavioral health is going to become a regional thing. That's the Chaves, Eddy, and Lee County are going to work together to try to help with some of the behavioral health issues and the drugs and the different things on that one. So.
And I imagine we'll have, come out on Saturday, they'll have, the 100% Chaves County. Some of those folks will be out there. You can talk with them more about, because they kind of have their finger in a lot of pies with the mental health side and resources and things like that.
Actually, you'll find him over at the Chaves County Health Council booth.
Yes.
Because we've got the brand new resource guide will be out, and that Saturday will be your first day to be able to pick up a copy of it.
Great. Excellent. So please grab that while you're there, too, and keep that in your catch drawer where we keep stuff like that at your house there.
Yeah, because it's useful information. I mean, it gives you the phone numbers of the places that you need to contact.
Maybe throw one in your glove box. Might be a good idea in your car because you never know when you might need it.
When you need it, yeah.
Especially when you, obviously 911 and things, but you never know where you're at and where you're about and you run across somebody and you might need it. And that book might have some useful numbers for you.
And you can always get information off of 211, but sometimes you don't necessarily have access. Well, you don't necessarily have access to a phone, so you need more information.
And sometimes you need help at 9 o'clock at night, and 211's not for
I'm not answering at 9 o'clock at night.
But say you come across somebody and need some help, then there's some phone numbers that can help you do that. And it's a great value. So pick up a couple, put one in your car, put one in your house, give one to your kids, something like that. Keep them around. And please make an attempt. Now it's 10 o'clock's when everything gets underway on Saturday. After the fun run and everything, the health expo itself will start.
So the mall opens at 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. You cannot get in before 10 o'clock.
Nope.
If you happen to find an open door and you make your way into the mall before 10 o'clock, you can't start before 10 o'clock.
Can you be a mall walker? Is that for the mall walkers?
Yeah. They kind of have the doors open for the mall walkers, kind of like starting around 8 or something.
I didn't know if people are still doing the mall walking thing.
But we're in the middle of setup and everybody's trying to get everything together because the thing with this is we can't set up the night before. We have to do it that morning.
Gotcha.
So if you're coming in and you're trying to, beat the crowd, then you're messing kind of with the flow.
So don't come till 10.
Don't come till 10.
Fun run and all up. If you're done fun running, maybe go get a bite to eat or something and then come back at 10 o'clock.
Right. And when you come back, go right smack dab to the center of the mall. You will see the big tent. It says start here.
Okay.
That's where you come and you get your health expo bag. That's where you'll get your passport to be able to do the scavenger hunt for the prizes.
Get some swag.
Yeah. And so, and that's where we count to see how many people come in and we know who's all there.
Yeah, that way we can funnel in through the middle.
Funnel in through the middle.
And then check in, get your swag bag, get your passport, get everything you need, and then you can gallivant to where you want to hit first and all that good stuff.
This year we're doing, I think it's $4,000 in gift cards.
Awesome.
So, you got to do the passports, the scavenger hunt.
It's definitely worth your while.
Yeah.
Then you get some gift cards, and then you use them at a tax-free thing, and it's kind of a win-win-win-win.
And that's why we decided to do it that way this year. It's like, how many TVs can we really give away? Everybody seems to be struggling a little bit. Let's see if we can help a little bit.
And check the website on what the as far as the state's website on what's I know it's like $1,000 in computer equipment, clothing, and as far as what qualifies as tax-free.
It has to have a legit school expense.
Yeah.
So not
but
everything.
Like computers and stuff, I think qualify up to like $1,000.
Yeah.
But certainly clothing, any of that kind of stuff.
School supplies, any of that.
Yeah. But you'd be surprised. I even think like furniture and stuff. You got to look. There's a certain items that you can qualify in there.
Yeah, it might be like dorm size refrigerators.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stuff like that. It's thinking it just, but just for a full list, go there.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised at which you can find will be tax-free on Saturday or this weekend.
But then again, I mean, if you're having to buy it, whether it's tax-free or not, this might be the weekend just to go get it and be done with it.
Exactly. But
take everything that you can.
Hey, if I can always save a few shekels, I'm going to do that. Right. but folks, please, at this point, and again, booths are full, everything's full. If you want to be a part of this year's Health Expo, it will be as a event goer. Go and come and enjoy the event. That's how it is at this point. But we want to invite the entire community to come out. Please get there early, support the Boys and Girls Club, enjoy that fun run. If you can't run, make a donation, help them out. They do such great work for youth in our community here, all over Chavez County, and Lincoln County for that. I mean, they keep going, but this particular group covers Chavez, Lincoln counties here. So, that being said, support them. Come fun run or come donate. Do both, and then starting at 10 a.m. and it goes till 2. Come enjoy us at the mall. Come visit the booths. Come shop. Come get school supplies. Come get those health screenings. Come get that information. Come get those kids' sports physicals. Come get all that done and come win some prizes. And who knows what you can walk away with on Saturday. So.
Well, and it's the 80s theme, so who knows what you'll see when you get in there.
And spirit it up.
Yeah.
You come, you can dress 80s style to the whole expo if you want to. I mean, there's nothing to say.
And you might find a whole Tiffany in the middle of the mall singing. You just never know.
Yeah, it is a mall. I mean, kind of.
I know some of y'all have no idea what we're talking about. I know. But back in the day,
we lived in malls in the 80s. Okay, this is where we conglomerated in the 80s as malls. Yes, we all hung out at the record store or whatever. Depending on the age, cassette store, cassettes, CD, depending on the era.
Well, actually, I think for most of us, it was all of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we ultimately went through everything.
But majority of my 80s, I was cassetting it up. That was what I mostly had was cassettes. The
70s are the ones that did the 8-track.
Yeah. To be honest, it was probably 90s where CDs started really showing up in my world. It may have been like 90 because I was still rocking cassettes in 91.
Yeah, no, it was 90s. Yeah, it was somewhere in the 90s.
Because I bought Metallica's Black Album in 91 off cassette, and that was 91. So, and I wasn't fooling with CDs yet. And so that was 91. So, yeah, it was probably about 94, 95 before I started buying a CD.
Yeah, and I had AC/DC and Motley Crue on vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had a few select vinyl. But and we were that weird age where vinyl was more our parent stuff.
Yes.
And an 8-track, depending on how old you were in Gen X, the 8-track had a
very, very short lifespan.
Yeah, it was very popular in the 70s there, but once the 80s hit, the cassettes kind of took over. But anyway, do any of that. Do all of the above. Dress up, I would love to see old school Pac-Man or Rubik's Cube kind of thing, or Max Headroom.
Cubert.
Yeah, Cubert, Max Headroom.
I thought it would be fun since CrossFit is in the mall.
Yeah.
To have them come out and put little obstacle course.
There you go.
And have the whole Cubert style on it.
Bouncing around. I think it'd be great.
I think it'd be fun.
Or you could go obscure, like Beastmaster. Remember 80s Beastmaster?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go with the fur thing and the.
Yeah, I think some of those are making a comeback on that. But, we've got, for some of the booths that are going to be there, we've got, of course, Eastern New Mexico Medical Center will be there.
Yes.
We've got Anderson Bethany will be there, Chimera Presbyterian for your health care, Rio Pecos Medical Associates, Leprino won't have a booth there, but they, again, are gracious and was able to do the backpacks. Gentiva.
They're busy making cheese right now. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Which, by the way, supports the schools because they make cheese for the school pizzas.
Well, they make cheese for about everybody.
The other stores too. Comfort Keepers. UNM's going to have 3 different booths there from 3 different departments.
Excellent.
They're even going to do some kind of DNA testing type stuff there.
Excellent. And of course, if you need home health care stuff, they're perfect people to talk to. Yeah.
Yep. Casa Maria, Sunset Via.
Very good.
Eastern New Mexico University Roswell is going to have a couple booths inside, but they're also bringing their ambulance simulator system outside.
Okay.
So if you always wanted to know what it was like to be an EMT or something, you can actually get inside. You want to ride in the ambulance, but not actually have to ride in the ambulance.
Highly recommend that way.
Yes. This is the funner way of being an ambulance.
Or if there's some young folks want to see what life in if that's a career choice,
exactly.
Maybe see a little behind the scenes what it's like. So.
Yep. We got Ocotillo Family Practice will be there. Quality Care. Casa Kids will be there.
Excellent.
There's a new Chavez County Early Childhood Coalition.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting to see what they offer.
Learn about what they're about, yeah.
We've got Familia Dental, La Cruces Recovery System, Miracle Air, Renal Medicine Associates. That's your kidney dialysis.
Okay.
United Healthcare, Waypath Employee Benefits, Wings for Life. All those will be there. And then there's a whole bunch more. New Mexico Aging Long-Term.
And by the way, Wings for Life covers many, many different facets. I mean, it not only from health and stuff to, I know a lot of people know about their prison ministry and all that stuff, but they help a lot of young families sort out how to be families, how to do the...
Well, and they do the after-school program.
Yes, yeah. If you really want to learn budgets and the skills that you thought you thought you learned as a kid, that Wings for Life really helps families navigate through a lot.
The skills they don't teach anymore as kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wings for Life's a great asset for that stuff.
Yeah, and you'll be able to do dental screenings. There's vaccines. The birth certificates will be there if you were born in New Mexico.
Great.
There's another bus out there, and I can't for the life of me think of who it is.
Blowmobile? See that one?
No, they got booked in Clovis.
Okay.
They said next year that they promised. They've got me scheduled in that first Saturday of August.
I know they are, by the way, they could use donations. They're always in demand. But
they
I know
will have a booth there.
Okay, good.
Since we couldn't get the bus, they're going to have a booth.
Great.
So they'll get people signed up.
So please sign up because I know they are in short supply of blood right
everybody's
now,
hurting for blood.
Mm-hmm.
Then they are out for blood.
They're literally vampiring it up for you guys.
Yes. So again, it's this Saturday. It's from 10 to 2 at the Roswell Mall.
Yes.
For the Health Expo, the fun runs check-in starts at 6:30, and the race will start at 7.
Yeah. Of course, the Be All Catch All. If you have any questions about anything at this point, 211 is a good resource.
You can call 211.
Call and they'll be happy to answer that. And as far as like we said, sign-ups and all that, we're full as far as booths and all that, but you can still sign up for the fun runs. You can still sign up for mammograms and some of the services. So please, if you have any questions about that, call 211 or call Big Brothers Boys and Girls Club and as far as fun run stuff and all that too.
Yeah.
So.
And, if you really want to volunteer, we never turn down volunteers.
Absolutely.
Call 211. I can let you know what we have in the way of our schedule. We said some things we do on Friday evening.
I imagine it's all hands on deck Saturday morning when they're
Saturday
setting up
morning.
booths
We start at
up.
6.
And while people are fun running, they're fun powerlifting booths and things and moving and doing all that. So you get your workout regardless.
Yeah. And it's going to be hot this year.
Absolutely. It is going to be warm, but thank God it'll be in the mall. Hopefully all the AC will be cranking full blast on Saturday. So.
It's going to work. It's going to work, right?
Yeah.
If you put it out into the
positive
universe,
vibes, right?
It'll happen.
That's right. Positive vibes. And if not, then ice cream guys are going to clean house on Saturday.
Yeah. There you go. I wonder if they have any in the mall.
They used to. I don't think they do right now.
I don't know.
To look.
It's been a little while since I've been out
there.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. So, but anyway, come join us this Saturday. Again, if you have any questions, 211 or Health Council Facebook, all that's a great resource on that too. So, and then just come again, 10 a.m. Just come, bring yourself, walk around, and have some fun. If you're like, what is this about? Just come, bring yourself, and stumble into a bunch of stuff. So.
Yep, you will get highly informed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did we get it all, Carrie?
I think we got it all.
Perfect. Well, thank you as always, and we'll see you here in a couple weeks, and probably much more relaxed because it'll be past the health fair, and you're kind of...
Yeah, and we'll move on to the next project.
Take a breather, a minute before, Once the kids go back to school, you get a minute to break. So.
Minute. Somewhere in there, I'm going to take a vacation, dang it. I know it.
Yeah, I know about those. Sometimes they happen. But thank you as always, Carrie.
Thank you.
All right, it is 9:47. Let's pause for news, Hannity, commercial break, and all that as well. Don't go away.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. President Trump will meet with two wartime leaders today. Talks with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Zelensky. Separate back-to-back meetings today at the White House. Just as firefighters were starting to get a handle on massive wildfires burning near one of France's premier wine regions, another hot and dry weather system is in the forecast, expected to send temperatures well into the 90s in the Bordeaux region. A tsunami advisory was posted, then quickly lifted after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake hit Japan's southern main island of Kyushu. It's about 550 miles southwest of Tokyo. Tens of thousands were left without power in the aftermath of a tornado. It caused widespread damage in northeastern Wisconsin yesterday afternoon. Other parts of the Midwest pounded by powerful storms as well. This is SRN News.
If you or a loved one has ever been a victim of an online scam, the chances of you being scammed again are very, very high. Here's why. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. With one click, ExpressVPN keeps your online activity private and secure. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. It's true. The FBI is specifically warning that cyber criminals are now impersonating agents and employees of the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. Scammers maintain and trade lists of prior victims, names, the fraud they fell for, and the amount lost. They've found that those who previously gave up information that allowed a criminal to scam them online or over the phone are the best targets for another fraud attempt. The retargeting scheme begins with the cyber criminal claiming that the FBI has recovered the victim's lost money, or they say that the victim can help them recover it. All you have to do is pay a so-called fee, and don't fall for it. If your money has been recovered, no one's going to ask for a payment to get it back. Get my free newsletter at getkim.com. AI is changing the world, and there's no question it's making technology smarter, but it's also making it easier than ever for companies to learn more about you through your online activity. Websites you visit, searches you run, and apps you use can reveal more about you than you realize. That's just one reason I use ExpressVPN. It encrypts my internet connection to help keep my personal information more secure online. Whether I'm checking email or shopping online, I know ExpressVPN is quietly working in the background. I also like how super easy it is to use. Really, one tap on my phone, laptop, desktop, or tablet, and I'm connected. Plus, one subscription now covers up to 14 devices at once. That's enough to protect your entire household. Best of all, it comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So take your online privacy seriously with ExpressVPN. Right now, get 4 extra months by going to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. All that moist air from the monsoon staying well off to our west, and that means sunny and hot conditions for us today. We're headed for about 107 on the afternoon high. Wind will be a little bit gusty, but not too bad, and we should have sunshine through the day. Looks like mid-70s for the overnight hours, a little bit breezy and clear, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, highs about 103. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Stocks on Wall Street drifted to a mixed close Monday as oil prices fell after the U.S. and Iran paused their attacks while work resumed on restarting negotiations to end the war. President Donald Trump is touting his handling of the economy. During a visit to suburban Detroit on Monday, he defended sweeping tariffs. Trump visited a General Motors facility in Milford. A federal appeals court has upheld a ruling that halted President Donald Trump's executive order to create a federal list of eligible voters and and limit delivery of mail ballots only to people on that list. The ruling rejected the Trump administration's effort to move forward with the mail-in voting restriction. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is defending his plan to open a slate of government-owned grocery stores. The mayor said the shops would provide a 30% discount on produce, meat, and a host of other kitchen staples as a way to offset the rising food prices in one of America's most expensive cities. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
At Acatio Family Practice, Pediatrics, and OMED Spa, our team is here for you. Nancy Walker, Fallon Moody, and Tialana Watts are family nurse practitioners offering expert care in family practice, pediatrics, women's health, and aesthetics. Nancy also provides advanced hormone therapy for men and women, including hormone pellet implants that help patients feel their best. Plus, meet Brittany Harrell, our skilled nurse injector, offering a full range of aesthetic procedures to help you look and feel confident. Same-day and walk-in patients are always welcome. Visit Acatio Family Practice, Pediatrics, and OMED Spa at 607 West Country Club Road in Roswell. Your family, your health, your beauty, all in one place.
Beat the summer heat and come see us today at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop. Find all your summer fabrics, plus top-notch sewing machines. The Cow is your certified dealer and repair station for handy quilter, long arm, brother, and baby lock sewing and embroidery. It's time to create. Join our beginning embroidery and quilting classes. Log on to RoswellQuilting2.com and follow Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop on Facebook for updates and creation ideas. Want to know how? Come to the Cow.
When you or your loved one is miles away from the nearest hospital, Trans-Aero Medevac has you covered. Out in the oil field, accidents can't wait. The Trans-Aero Helicopter Medical Evacuation Response Team gets critical care to you fast. No matter how remote the site, when every second counts, trust the fastest lifeline in the sky, Trans-Aero Medevac. Proudly serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas. Loan for free thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by...
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We are closing in on 8 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour here around 8:15-ish or so. We're going to replay Sean's interview we had back on Tuesday of last week with Daniel Smiles from Havens of Hope, a great organization that works with children. And we'll play that interview next hour for you. Of course, don't forget, if you miss any part of anything or with the Chavez County Fair going on this week, you can catch all the livestock shows and everything live and on demand. Just log on to ksvptv.com, click on the Chavez County Fair channel there, and you'll be able to watch all of the shows and things there. Also, don't forget the morning show. Everything else is there, too. And, of course, here in about a month, football and all that as well too. So I know it's coming up quick, folks. August is Saturday. All right, it's 8 o'clock. You listen to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump meeting with two wartime leaders today, talks with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and Ukrainian President Zelensky. Separate back-to-back meetings at the White House. Just as firefighters were starting to get a handle on mass wildfires burning near one of France's premier wine regions, another round of hot, dry weather is expected to send temperatures well into the 90s. BBC's Hugh Schofield in Paris.
Firefighters west of Bordeaux are reporting a relatively
relatively good night in which they've been able to put out a number of new outbreaks, but the overall surface of the destruction has not increased. The situation, they say, remains stabilized, but not under control. Today, though, will be crucial because temperatures are set to climb steeply into the late 30s Celsius. The return of the heat, combined with a wind from the east, will act on smoldering embers of vegetation and cause them to burst back into flame. Overnight and this morning, the task is to create more fire breaks by clearing brush and to locate and douse as soon as possible any new sign of combustion.
A tsunami advisory was posted, then lifted shortly after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake rattled Japan's southern main island of Kyushu. Tens of thousands were left without power in the aftermath of a tornado. It caused widespread damage in northeastern Wisconsin yesterday. Other parts of the Midwest also pounded by strong storms. Seattle police believe at least 3 gunmen were involved in a deadly shooting at a crowded food festival over the weekend. One suspect is dead, another still at large. As for the third,
the Seattle Police Department detained a 15-year-old juvenile in connection with the shooting.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson, the violence may have been gang-related. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow trading 372 points higher, while the Nasdaq is down 279 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Are you tired of feeling lousy? Maybe you had a scare at your last checkup or just walking hurts? When enough is enough, call PhD Weight Loss. When I had enough 4 years and 53 pounds ago, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I'm Mike Gallagher for PhD Weight Loss. Best phone call I ever made. They were right with me. They still are today. Right now, mention Mike. You'll get 2 free weeks added to the program, and they'll pay for the cost of your food. $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900, 864-644-1900, or visit myphdweightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule at half the price of traditional marketplace plans. See why believers across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
Ukraine has suffered another overnight hit from Russia as the war drags on.
6 people, including 3 children, were injured as a result of a Russian strike on Sumy, regional authorities say. The State Emergency Service of Ukraine adds Russia hit residential areas on the outskirts of the city with guided bombs and drones. Private houses and agricultural enterprises were damaged and destroyed in the strike. Ukraine's Air Force reports Russia fired 131 long-range strike drones at Ukraine overnight. 107 intercepted and jammed, while 16 more inflicted damages at 9 locations. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky are set to meet at the White House ahead of Senator Lindsey Graham's funeral. I'm Charles Ledesma.
Early in-person voting beginning in swing state Wisconsin's chaotic Democratic primary for governor. News and analysis at townhall.com. New York City's mayor is brushing aside a plea for him not to attend upcoming 25th anniversary 9/11 ceremonies at Ground Zero in September.
The families of 9/11 victims collecting more than 21,000 signatures so far on the petition website change.org. They're calling for the city's first Muslim mayor, Zohran Mamdani, to stay clear of the ceremony because of his associations with people who have minimized the radical Islamic terrorist attack. The mayor saying he will attend, telling a reporter, "I will proudly honor the families, the survivors, the first responders forever impacted by that horrific terror attack by standing alongside them at this year's 9/11 commemoration."
Correspondent Laura Winters. Senator Lindsey Graham will be eulogized in Washington. His body will arrive today at the U.S. Capitol, where he had served for more than 30 years. Later, a funeral service to be held at Washington National Cathedral. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2
of a deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday.
Welcome.
Hope your day is going just amazingly swell.
You got to get it done. Get it done now, because it ain't getting any better out there.
No, it's already 80.
Yeah. Of course, I got to say this.
Yeah.
It was 81 driving into work yesterday. Like, while the sun was even coming up, it was already in the 80s. So the fact that we're just cracking into the 80s makes me feel a little better.
Okay.
A little bit. And also, I was looking at the extended forecast last night.
Yeah.
We're heading out of triple digits sometime in the foreseeable future.
Well, it ain't on mine.
Well, it looks like we're dipping into the 90s by next week.
Well, it ain't Monday. Monday's like 104.
All right, Captain Bad News.
I'm sorry. I'm just staring at the weather, and it, I'm looking through it. It's like through Monday 104. I'm like, gee, many Christmas.
That's on the extended forecast. Yeah, I went to the 15-day in fairness.
Yeah.
I had to go because I was trying to see what the temps are going to be like around my birthday, which is the 7th. And yeah, it looks like the dip is actually coming on the 5th.
Okay.
Is when, because we'll start to have a couple of cloudy days. We're looking at 101 for Tuesday, 96 for the high on Wednesday the 5th. So
well, that'll be delightful.
There you go. It's coming in like a week and a day.
Yeah. One more week.
You've just got to survive this week and today.
Allegedly, we might get some rain Friday night. There's like a 30% chance.
You know, that little bit of chance of rain that we had
was it last Friday?
Yeah,
it cooled things off.
It cooled things off nicely.
Yeah, we were headed for a hot, and then that thing hit, and it made Friday evening rather pleasant.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get one of them again on Friday.
That's the problem with Roswell, with southeastern New Mexico weather in general, is we're on the verge of greatness. Like, it's always either just a bit too hot or just a bit too cold. That sweet spot, we're always like right on the precipice of it.
Yeah. I would prefer a little more moisture.
I would just like a couple of days in the 60s. I don't think I've seen like the day of 60s in the fall or springtime, because usually it goes from like 90s to 70s to then 50s. It always, the 60s just doesn't get the love it deserves.
It does not.
It's the sweet spot for me.
I think you get to enjoy them in like February.
Yeah.
That's 60s.
You get like 2 days of it in the fall.
Yeah.
And then it just immediately dips down to like, oh, this is straight up jacket weather now.
Well, it's 60s, but then in February you get that one day where we hit the winter thing, and then it drops to like 20 degrees one day.
Where you hear morning mood playing in the background.
Yeah. Then we get 2 inches of snow, and it's gone by noon because it warms back up to the 60s.
The drips off the icicles, the birds flying around each other. Are they fighting or are they other things?
Yes.
It's springtime. It's beautiful.
Yep.
And then you got the dog days of summer. Welcome to them.
The brown.
Yep. So. Well, the orange.
Yes. Or if you look at the map, it's brown in our world.
And it's accurate too, because I was like outside yesterday, and it didn't look like that, but it felt orange outside. You know.
It felt orange.
It felt orange. It didn't feel blue. It felt orange.
No, it felt orange.
Not quite red, but it felt orange.
Yeah. You know what? I'm surprisingly enjoying on Netflix that 4-season show.
Oh yeah.
I'm almost done it. There's 2 seasons. I'm towards the end of the second season.
I feel like you get cheated if you have a show called 4 Seasons. You only get 2 seasons.
Well, in all fairness, it's like 2 years. It goes over because it's Like the first 2 episodes are like spring, then this next 2 episodes are summer, and then the next 2 episodes are fall, and the next 2 episodes are winter, then it's back to spring again.
You know, I feel like, and I know you find your spots, but I feel like you go through these periods of you're just kind of looking.
I do. I'm a very.
There is a series. I'm trying to remember if this is what
I
it's
stumble
called.
into things.
No, that's one. There's 2 series on Apple TV Plus that I fully recommend you check out.
Yeah.
And the first one is called Killing It. I've talked about this before. It's Craig Robinson.
Oh yeah. I've seen the thing for that. Yeah.
It's the one where he's in South Florida, and for those who don't know, there's a breed of snake. I think it's the
That's right. He's a herder or
it's like some kind of constrictor or something, or anaconda vice or something. But they're a pervasive species in South Florida. And so this is true to life. They put on a contest every year that the biggest kill gets like a $10,000 or $20,000 bounty. So this dude wants to start a Sao Palmetto berry company. And they only grow in this one spot in Florida.
Okay.
So he's got his whole plan mapped out, but he needs the money. And that's why he starts professionally snake hunting.
Okay.
And it's 2 seasons, and it is hilarious.
Okay.
And I mean, it's got action in it. There's moments where you're like, what just happened? But it is teeth out funny. And then there's another one, and I cannot remember what it's called, but it was 2 seasons. And the interesting thing about this show is every episode was done in a different style. So like one episode was
yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
The after party.
That's it. The after party. Yeah. Every episode is done in a different style. And it's
I've seen.
It's interesting to keep up with because if you watch them back to back, like kind of like we did, you kind of take in all these different styles. Like there's a noir episode, there's an anime episode, there's one that's a musical. It's kind of, they just throw everything at the wall.
Feels very Community-like.
It kind of is, yeah. It's Community's 3rd season, where they still were willing to be experimental and before the gas leak year. Yeah. I would say it's 3rd season Community.
Okay.
But it's definitely worth checking out. So those 2, if you get a chance.
And I watched the first episode of The Star City on Apple Plus, which is an actually spin-off of one of their other shows, For All Mankind, which was an alternative history about the Russians
show's
going
wrapped.
Well, no, there's going to be one more season of it.
Okay.
That'll come out like next year or something, whenever it's due. They just had the season come out earlier this year.
Okay.
But they basically issued one season of like 8 episodes of what's called Star City.
Gotcha.
And it's basically the same timeline of the original show, but they flipped the script. Instead of the American perspective, it's the Russians going to the moon.
That's crazy.
And their version of it. And so
that's a cool way to look at things.
Yeah.
This is kind of an obscure reference, but for those who are old enough to have played GoldenEye on the N64,
yeah.
There's a game that came out, and I think it came out on either the GameCube or the Wii, and it's GoldenEye, but from the other side, from the perspective of like Dr. No, or like, you know, Goldfinger, like all these different Bond villains,
right?
And their stories, but you get to play their side of the story. It's really cool to like take out, you know, like American operatives and just play the bad guy for a minute. Command and Conquer was very much the same way.
Yeah, I used to play the bad guy a lot.
I never played that game. I used to sit around and watch people play that game, and that's entertaining.
I played it pretty religiously on the computer.
Yeah.
And, well, here's the thing. The Russians are the bad guys, depending on which Command and Conquer you played. There was a Soviet version. The original, I think, was alike, but they weren't. But anyway, they had cooler weapons. Like they had like Tesla coils, so you could like set up your base and like literally put those things in the corners, and they just fry anything that gets near them.
I'm playing it in my head right now.
I love that.
That's another one of those core memories where it's like I didn't play it because I was really bad at those kind of games, but I had friends who were really good at them.
Right.
And so watching them set up their bases, and I'm seeing that Tesla coil literally like
and you can make
in the
they had like this big monster tank you could make, and you just make like 100 of those bad boys and send them off to fight. It was crazy.
I mean, and I hate as being the person that I am, it's hard to say, but God, it is fun to be the bad guy sometimes, you know?
And to be honest, the more as the game advanced and they had more different, the game got less fun. It got more complicated and more like it was more simpler and more fun back.
The game became sure of itself.
Yeah.
I think around the time they started getting like, didn't Steven Seagal do like a
excuse me,
like a whole like a whole FMV sequence for one of those games at some point? It was like Steven Seagal or like one of the Paxton Pullman.
Yeah,
they got some big like name in there to do like the general that kind of popped up. on the screen.
One of the games they did.
And I think that's like the point where they kind of jumped the shark a little bit. They're like, you guys got a little too big for your britches.
Yeah.
And those people who were doing that had moved on to just starting a life in The Sims or Second Life. Do you remember that game, Second Life? The only thing I remember about Second Life was Dwight Schrute had a character in Second Life who was exactly the same person he is. He worked at a paper company. He was the assistant to the district manager, but this character could fly. That was the only difference. And that's something I always loved about the Second Life idea.
I always played a lot of computer games in the 2000s, 90s, whatever you want to call that era. And so like my jams, like of course The Sims. I played Command and Conquer. I played. I did play some Civilization.
I was going to say
Civilization, the Sid Meier's Civ. Yeah.
And that's kind of dipping into like Myst and some of those.
I did like playing Caesar. And these are a lot of more buildings, fight style games, or Caesar Rome. You basically built like a Roman city and you basically defended it.
I thought it was a game where you had to cut paper.
It was kind of like Command and Conquer, but Rome, medieval kind of, same game style.
Right.
I played a lot of those type of games. Populous, I played for a minute.
Okay. Certain games, there's certain people who are like the ones, and I might be insulting people, but the people who are into like Skyrim games like that, that feels like a whole job with the games like that where you have to like walk the entire land.
And I played some of the early versions, but when they got too deep, I kind of like when you started getting into Medal of Honor World, that was way too much for me. But like Duke Nukem days, or Frankenstein, or
what was the Wolfenstein 3D?
Wolfenstein, yeah, that's the one I
played the
can think.
bejesus out of that game. I remember the last
Doom,
the last boss in Wolfenstein. You come up on him and he goes, "Guten Tag."
Duke Nukem was my favorite one because he was kind of witty.
Yeah, he was kind of, he had that
Hail to the King, baby, and he had that whole.
And when you're young and it's like, ooh, you said naughty phrases, stuff like that. That always.
And then like it'd be like, ooh, you blew up real good. Or you'd say something like that. It was always.
But then
fun.
again, I always liked the ones where I could just turn my brain off. Like I would sit for hours with my buddy Brian, and we would just play Worms Armageddon.
Yeah,
but
I'd play some of those games too. Every once in a while I'd just have a. But yeah, mostly the builder type games. Right. I did a lot of those. That was kind of SimCity. I did play. I did play some SimCity back. Roller Coaster Tycoon.
That was one that really kind of like lived on for a while. To the point where like once the Xbox generation came along, there was a game that we had, and I remember because Carl played it all the time.
Yeah.
It was called Thrillville, where you had to build an amusement park.
Yeah.
The problem with this game was this was at the time when there was like 5 songs on the soundtrack. So I heard the song Suddenly I See by KT Tunstall like 4 times in an hour. And it got real annoying.
But you got to also remember too, my growing up on playing games, my dad had a Pong, we had a Pong and everything, but I think where me as a kid to say, games on video games.
Right.
The unit, the console that I was blessed into this world on was a Commodore 64 computer.
All right.
Spy Hunter.
But I will.
Silent Service. These were the games that Paperboy. These were the games that were like.
People didn't realize the power they had in their hands with a Commodore because that was fully programmable.
And they were pirated games, and there was like a whole "please don't pirate our games."
Right.
Enjoy Spy Hunter.
There were whole magazines devoted to like this is how you can enhance this game to do this and get all these.
There's
extra
a submarine
lives.
World War II submarine hunting game called Silent Service. My favorite to this day.
Right.
Like if I found it online, I'd play it. I'd love that game. It was so.
In fairness, my first console was the original NES. Now I was born in '84, and it had just like come out. I think '85 is when it came out. So that was like the height of tech.
Well, and then, like,
point.
my friends all had a Commodore 64, but when my parents finally got a computer, they went and got an Apple IIc.
Oh, okay.
Which, as far as computers goes, a good computer.
Yeah.
But as far as me and gaming, it was like all my kids had all my friends had Commodore 64. That being said, they had a couple cool games. Like the first game I ever played that was like epic was a game called King's Quest.
King's Quest, yep.
And I played it on the Apple IIc, and it was go left, go right. Pick up axe, drop axe, that whole deal. I remember I played that game religiously for about 6 months.
That game
Yeah.
was part of the Sierra line of games.
Yeah.
And I only remember that because all those games, because I had an old computer like that too, all those games came in a rubber band bundle of diskettes.
Yeah.
That you had to like, please insert disc 2.
Right.
And the first one was just the boot disc.
Yeah.
Just to like put the
and those were
launcher
and that
on.
one was the 5.5s.
Yeah.
Later on, you get.
Well, see, I remember the 3.5s.
Yeah.
Like the game Dawkin. Do you remember that guy? Like not the band, the game.
Yeah.
There was a game called Dawkin, and then or was it Draken? It might have been one of those. But that game, Leisure Suit Larry was another one, and King's Quest were all in the Sierra line. And that's that game where once you got the computer that had the mouse, the right click button changed the function, and the left click button was how to do what. And that's after the whole typing to typing commands thing, because that's the original Leisure Suit Larry. You'd had to figure out exactly that was such a challenge. You had to figure out exactly the right way to phrase things for him to do
to get to what the next level. Yeah, it was a thing. But we probably should start the interview. But that's where I grew up. So that's where I got him. But my dad had Pong. I remember as a kid playing Pong, and his was like a deluxe model that had a gun adaptation, and in one of the games you could play was a white square would just bounce around the screen, and it was kind of like Duck Hunt. If you remember that, a very, very early version of that.
Is that one of those where you had to put the thing on the side of the TV?
I don't even think you did, but I don't remember it working that well either.
That's if you jump a generation, that's when they came out with the Power Glove, which every kid wanted. I knew one kid that had it and never used it because it was garbage. But it looked really cool.
This was about 10 years before all that.
Right.
So, and everything was on a cord. So it was a gun with this long cord. The Pong, they weren't paddles per se.
No, it was the wheel.
Yeah, it was it was like a cylinder with a little spinny thing. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to play our interview, Sean's interview with Daniel Smiles from Havens of Hope. He joined us last Tuesday, actually.
Yep.
And talking about their organization. They work with youth here, and they're looking to branch out and spread out and do their thing here. So we'll play that interview here in just a bit.
Indeed.
I'm going to look for that silent service, man. I got a hankering to play that. I wonder if there's some platform that has that.
Cut to break, and I'll tell you a secret.
All right, it is 8:23. Let's get you up to date on the weather, and then we're going to roll right into the commercial break and then play our interview with Daniel Smiles. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. All that moist air from the monsoon staying well off to our west, and that means sunny and hot conditions for us today. We're headed for about 107 on the afternoon high. Wind will be a little bit gusty, but not too bad, and we should have sunshine through the day. Looks like mid-70s for the overnight hours, a little bit breezy and clear, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, highs about 103. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
The technicians at Bob Reed Pest Control have been providing pest management services for over 50 years and will continue to set high standards for their customers. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Everyone at Bob Reed Pest Control are trained and knowledgeable in the latest pest management practices, offering effective treatment plans for each situation. Bob Reed Pest Control. Find them online at BobReedPestControl.com or call 575-623-5344. That's 575-623-5344. Serving all of Southeast New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
The sizzling summer savings event is on now at Roswell Nissan. Now through the end of the month, get massive savings across the lot on an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. And that's not all. Get 0% for up to 60 months on select 2026 Nissan Rogue, Frontier, Murano, and Pathfinder. Make this summer road trip season a little hotter with the help of the hottest lot in southeastern New Mexico. But these sizzling savings won't last. Get to the sizzling summer savings event on now at Roswell Nissan. 2111 West 2nd.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh no, baby.
Aha! Now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning. Fergalicious. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who are you going to call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit? Fergalicious. Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love. Fergalicious.
The Office Management and Technologies program at ENMU Roswell prepares you with the skills you need to succeed in today's workplace. From creating professional documents to mastering communication and administrative skills, you'll be equipped to keep any office running smoothly. You'll build clear professional communication skills, learn effective administration techniques, and gain hands-on experience with today's technology. Whether you're starting your career or leveling up your skills, this program is your path to success. Call ENMU Roswell today at 575-624-7337 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
Did you know that gun deaths are the leading cause of death for children and teens in New Mexico? Half of those deaths are suicide by a gun.
As gun owners, we can help keep New Mexico's children and teens safe by securing all our firearms.
Store your guns locked up, unloaded, and separate from ammunition.
That's right, locked up, unloaded, and separate from ammunition.
It's one simple thing we as gun owners can do.
Keep me and my friends safe and lock up your guns. Thank you.
Brought to you by New Mexicans to prevent gun violence.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
On this morning from the Haven of Hope. Daniel, how are you doing this morning? Morning from the Haven of Hope. Doing good, doing Daniel, good. How are you doing this morning?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. So first and foremost, a beautiful day around here, and I'm sure you're enjoying some sunshine and some summertime as well. But it's not always a beautiful day for the youngest among us. They get exposed to a lot. So tell us a little bit about the Haven of Hope and your organization and what you guys the goal of your organization is.
Yeah, I would love to. So you are very right. It's a beautiful day, but for a lot of kids, they're not enjoying what we get to enjoy every single day. Right. And so our mission is very, very simple, but can be very, very life-changing for many different kids. We rescue kids from broken situations and give them the stability that they need. Our main goal is to make a kid feel like a kid again, to be able to restore them, to be able to make it to where they can know that they're loved and appreciated and cared for. And so we'll take kids from families that have been through incarceration, drug addiction, homelessness. We just had some kids come by not too long ago that came with only the clothes on their backs.
Wow.
They had blood spots on their clothes, and they were struggling with a lot of things. And then really just the consistency that you can give them, and just, having their own beds, their own furnishings, daily schedule, private school education, and a community that loves them. And just being able to have that in their life, it is just incredible to see how much they grow.
Absolutely. You touched on something there that I think is so important, and it gets overlooked so often in these situations, and that's consistency. Because when you're dealing with a family that's maybe going through financial struggles, maybe they're dealing with drug or alcohol addiction, you never know where your next bed's going to be. You never know if you're going to be staying with the friends or if you're going to be in the car that night. I think back to my childhood and, growing up with an abusive and alcoholic father. And there were nights when we woke up behind there's a hotel here in Roswell. I woke up sleeping in our minivan behind the Sallyport because it got so volatile at home that we took off and spent the night in the Aerostar, and those those are the kinds of things, and I'm a man in my 40s, and that's one of those crystallized memories in my head that has stayed forever. So that consistency is so important in a child's life, and the fact that Haven of Hope provides that consistency and that schedule, that routine, that's an amazing thing, but that's also something that's so vital for kids.
Yeah, and that's really one of the biggest things that we try to make sure and implement, is because, like you said, some of these kids that are coming in, actually all of them, their core memories aren't going to Chuck E. Cheese. Right. Their core memory isn't going to, a vacation spot during the weekend. Their core memory is those moments like you just said, and coming from, I've had things in my life too, and, just coming from those situations and understanding, man, those kids don't deserve that. Right. Those kids deserve consistency. Nothing that they did, every kid that has come through our system has gone there through no fault of their own. And it is just, it's so precious when you see, because at first, I would say the hardest thing for us is just knowing, just how broken they are when they first come, and just helping them work through those emotions, helping them work through those inconsistencies, the instability, the way of life that they think that is normal.
Right.
And
changing that perspective, I think, too.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And so, because, man, it's when you look around, it's hard to get your eyes off yourself.
Right.
But once you see how many kids are truly just in the neighborhood, 2 blocks down, and they're crying out for help.
Right.
And that's our job, is just to rescue as many kids as we possibly can. And what we do is we have long-term placement, so they stay there for 24/7.
Right.
We have a home-like environment. They all eat at the same dinner table. They have, multiple little living rooms that they get to hang around. They have 24/7 care with cottage assistants and people that stay with them all the time. They get themselves involved in activities. They have a church that they go to, and it's just it's an incredible opportunity for these kids.
Now, is this all run out of one facility, or are there multiple homes that are used to house these kids?
Yeah, so we are based in Clovis, New Mexico, but we take kids all through the nation. So we will either take kids through CYFD placement. They'll call us and they'll say, "Hey, we have a kid," and then even there's times when they'll call us and they'll say, "Hey, there's 2 kids in this office and they'll have nowhere to go." And it's just, man, I've never been, a part of one of those voicemails until not too long ago, and just hearing that voicemail it'll change you. But so we're based in Clovis, New Mexico, and we have one facility where it used to be a senior residence home.
Okay.
We are on 17 acres, 30,000 square feet, and we started renovating back in 2018 to be able to make it livable and a home environment for these kids. And we take kids all through the nation by parents or guardians that are dealing with those kind of struggles. Right. And we take them in and we we give those consistencies back to the kid. We rescue the kid. We give them the stability. A lot of those kids, when they come in, their private education is way behind track.
Right.
And some of them are very smart, but they've just never been taught. Their teeth are yellow as could be. They've never had a consistent hygiene regimen. Just different things like that. We take in the kid. We give them those consistencies. We give them their true love to let them know that they matter and that they're cared for. And then while we have them, that gives the parent the opportunity to be able to get the help that they need.
And that was actually
go to rehab.
That was my next question was because when you mentioned that you work with CYFD and with law enforcement in local areas, a lot of times, and when I've talked to folks who have worked with with organizations like CYFD, they've said that their top priority is keeping the family unit whole, and situations present themselves that don't allow that to happen. But the ultimate goal is to make sure that the family unit comes back together as whole. So is that a situation where, I mean, if a parent gets things back together, they get their job, they get their stability back, is that a situation where then it's presented to the child as an option to stay or to go, or is it kind of out of their hands?
Yeah. So we, as far as the child, some of these, because we take kids from 0 to 18 years old.
Sure.
And so a lot of these, these children are around 6 to 7 years old. Mm-hmm. So really, of course, we're looking at to see what is best for the kid.
Right.
And of course, we always let the kid have a say and talk and communicate his feelings, and we take that very, very seriously. And we would do whatever is best for the child at that point.
Right.
Our main goal 100% is reunification with the family.
Sure.
And we have seen a good amount of kids through our program. We've served 56 children since 2016 or 2018, I'm sorry. And we have seen them, many kids go through and have that reunification with their family after they have received their help. Mm-hmm. We've been able to keep sibling groups together. But the main goal absolutely is reunification.
Sure.
With the family after that they receive the help that they have.
Right.
Actually just not too long ago, the kids that came with only the clothes behind, on their backs, that mom was able to go and get a job. She was able to start building her life back together. She was able to get some help with some drug addiction that she was going through, and it made it to where she was able to take her kids back, because every kid was their mom and dad, and that's what we strive to do. And she was able to work towards that ability to get her kids back and to be able to love on them while still giving them the security and the stability and the bed for them.
Sure. And it's also going to be hard from the perspective of the caregiver, from the perspective of Haven of Hope, because it's one of those situations where kids will look at their parents as superheroes. For a window of time, mom and dad are the greatest human being on the planet. And to have that mindset, but then to see your superhero fail, it's one of those things you don't actually realize until later in life, that what you were witnessing was a chink in the armor, for lack of a better term. But you never saw that because of the blinding of the hero worship that kids tend to have for mom and dad. And that's got to be a hard thing from your perspective, from having to kind of, for lack of a better term, deprogram and reprogram a child to understand that the situation they were in was less than ideal.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is because we try to make sure that none of these kids, they shouldn't have to bear anything that they don't need to bear.
Right.
A 6-year-old shouldn't have to know that the dad's in jail for murder and the mom's highly addicted to drugs. All he knows is that he loves his mom and dad,
right,
and he's wondering what's going on. And so that is one thing that we really take serious at the Haven of Hope, is the protection of the kid and making sure that they are not having to hear things that they don't need to hear, and just really going through that reprogramming and, helping them to realize. And really a lot of them will even, if you were to ask them, hey, how are you loving the Haven of Hope? They know that they are getting what they've never had before, and really it just takes time.
Right.
It takes time for them to see, okay, so it's normal to go to school, and it takes time. Oh, I am loved. Right. It takes time to have those moments. I just talked to a girl not too long ago, and we just celebrated her birthday. And I asked her, I said, hey, out of all the birthdays that you've ever had, what has been your favorite birthday? And without any time at all of thought, she just said, this is my favorite birthday. I've never gotten anything before. And we started talking about it a little bit more, and she was just, talking about how she got so much love and cared. And this is someone who is about 9 or 10 years old.
Sure.
And she's never experienced a birthday. She's never experienced someone who actually cared and loved her for you. And she came not too long ago, and just like you said, she's starting to go through that reprogramming, that realization that life isn't what she's only seen before.
Right. It's not
because
It's not what you have to accept. It's that there can be more to it than what you've been presented.
Exactly. Because really, you look at how some of the corruption of the world, and you would ask yourself, okay, well, how was their childhood like? And they've never known anything other than that.
Right.
And so just getting that reprogramming in, absolutely.
Now, I am curious because you mentioned that you work with law enforcement, with CYFD, and that they generally come to you. But I am curious if say, for example, a parent is struggling, is going through a hard time, realizes that they themselves need help. Is that a situation where you can work with both the kid and take them in and maybe find resources for the parent as well?
Yeah, we would absolutely love to help the parents. Our main goal, of course, is the child.
Sure.
But we want to make sure and help the parent. And I know the heart of the executive director here is like no other. He cares and he loves. And there's not, I don't think, another person that I know of that has a heart for children more than him. And he has a heart to want to see the family restored. Right. And so I know there have been times when the parents have come to him, and if they've ever asked for anything, as in wisdom, knowledge, or any kind of resources, I know that our executive director would not just close the door open.
Right.
I know that he would help them, because you think about it, some of these parents went through the life of the children, and all they know is now that they're parents. They've never seen any different. They've never been, aware of how to do life. They don't even, they don't even know how to do a resume.
Right.
And they're struggling. And so, yeah, we would never turn our backs on parents that are needing help with reunification, and if they needed any kind of resources, we would always try to help as much as we possibly could.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the less than comfortable part, because obviously all of these resources, all of these facilities, and providing the best that we can for these kids, it ain't free. So I'm obviously the Haven of Hope is a 501c3, so you guys are a nonprofit organization. How can one reach out and help, maybe assist with financially, or is there an organization that you partner with to provide funding?
Yeah, so we used to be a branch of a nonprofit children's home, and they were going to be closing it down just to be able to focus more on their main home in Florida. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the executive director had a heart. He didn't want to see those that were placed in New Mexico care. He didn't want to see these kids fall through. Right. And so he took over the entity completely. In 2025, we became known as the Haven of Hope. Okay. And so really what we've been doing right now is really wanting and seeking partners and people to come, because like you said, this kind of opportunity that we have to be able to rescue kids is not just our organization being able to rescue. It's individuals and corporations and companies that get behind that say, hey, I want to rescue too.
Right.
And, so, at the very beginning, really, it hasn't been easy in some ways. We've been trying to rebuild what was, already strong and foundation, just becoming our own entity.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of growth. We're seeing a lot of progress. But definitely that is one of the biggest goals that we're having right now. We have like I said, we've served 56 children, and 31 children have been reunified or placed in permanent homes. 13 sibling groups have been kept together, and that's still counting. Mm-hmm. And they all receive private education. And we were put on a 17-acre, 30,000 square foot facility in 2018. And that is incredible for the opportunity for growth.
Absolutely.
We started, and to get the ball rolling, we renovated one wing. We renovated the main front side of it. And we have a lot of opportunity for renovations.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a maximum for 14 beds.
Okay.
And after that, we would have to cancel out any kind of kid that would want to come in just because our capacity wouldn't allow it. So one of the biggest things that we're doing to never have to turn down a kid, because hope should never be limited to space, is we're starting our capital campaign. We're calling Phase 1 of Expanding Hope.
Okay.
And we're renovating another wing that used to be, it was all a senior residence home. And so that wing is, it looked more like a senior residence home. It's a, brick wall. It had blue and white paint. It had really wide doors for wheelchairs.
It had a certain smell. I'm just kidding. I'm totally
exactly.
kidding. They always do.
No, it did. It does. And so really what what we did for our other wing that, the kids are staying in right now is we closed in those doors. We put sheetrock over the brick wall. We made it into where they had their own beds. We made it feel like home. Mm-hmm. And we took away the smell. So that's Phase 1. But yeah, like you said, man, that is one of the biggest limitations that stops us from being able to rescue more kids. Is just we're just striving for just being able to grow and just take on partners, take on individual donors that want to be a part of the Havens family. And there'll be, monthly donors get called the Haven Heroes, because we're not just the heroes. It's people that are investing in these kids that are the heroes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so if you're an organization either in the Clovis area or even here in, in the Pecos Valley, the Roswell, Dexter Hagerman area, and you're, a business or you're an organization, and you can financially assist a program like this, every single cent goes straight back into the program. We're not paying corporate salaries here. It's all going to provide beds and to provide rooms, and as we've been saying all along, to provide hope, to give these kids an idea, a glimpse of what actual love and actual hope can look like. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We have a volunteer board. We don't have none of the money would go for paying staffing expenses. I mean, this is for the kids, and we take that seriously. Most of the staffing, those that are full time, are doing it not because of the pay whatsoever in any way.
Right.
I mean, they could get far greater pay a lot of different ways.
Absolutely.
But they have a heart for the kid. And so whoever decided to donate to this, to our organization, they would have the security of knowing it's not going to staff. It's not going to things it's not supposed to. It's not going to the board. It's going to the little girl that just said that she had the best birthday.
Exactly.
And so, yeah.
And I have a friend who years ago, he was kind of put through the ringer and put through the foster care system here in the state of New Mexico. And he's a success story. He came out of it. He went to college. He got himself a decent career as he does credit restoration. And so he's made a decent amount of money, but he's constantly giving back to organizations, much like yourself, that provide an out for kids so that while he attributes his success to the struggle, he also knows what the struggle was like. And so having that mindset allows him to give a lot more freely to these organizations to help give these kids, a leg up, a step up, some assistance, so they're not just clawing from the bottom. And so it's things like that. If it's on the heart of a business or of a CEO of somebody who runs an organization, please do give. And if somebody does want to make a donation, or if they want to reach out and maybe partner with the Haven of Hope to help see your vision through, how do they reach out to you?
Yeah, so they can reach out to me personally. I'm the Director of Development, so my name is Daniel Smiles.
Okay.
My number is 661-478-8675. And then we also have a website called thehavenofhopeclovis.com, and they're able to become a friend, become a Haven hero. They can donate monthly. They can donate one individual gift. They can call the office up. We have contact information. They can go ahead and email on the Haven of Hope. There's an email. It's info@havenofhopeclovis.com. They're able to email me. My name is, the email is dsmiles, SMYLES, @havenofhopeclovis.com. And we would love to talk to them and just share them individually the impact that we're having and how they can be involved.
And also, and I was jotting down your phone number so I can give that out again, but I don't know if you'd mentioned this, but you do have a Facebook page as well. Yep. And that's another great way you can actually, there's a message option right at the top. So if you click that message option, a little window will pop up. You can immediately ask it a question, or, say, I want to be a part of I want to be, a Haven hero, or I want to be a part of the organization, and they'll instantly reach back out to you. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have a Facebook page, and we have an Instagram page, and we have even a Twitter page. And, you can find me on LinkedIn. You can find the Haven of Hope on LinkedIn. And really all you got to do is just type in the Haven of Hope Children's Home on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll be able to get exactly what you were talking about.
There you go.
You mentioning that.
And it also gives you kind of an idea of, you get to see the smiles on these kids' faces. And, it's the payoff, essentially, for all of the hard work, all of the struggles that these kids have gone through. That smile, those smiles are the payoff. And it's an amazing thing. So, again, Daniel, reach out if you are an organization or just an individual and you want to help out. Reach out to Daniel Smiles. Number is 661-478-8675. Or, again, you can find the Haven of Hope Children's Home on Facebook as well. And they got all the info that you need to know. Daniel, did we get everything?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And please keep up the great work. You guys are doing amazing things. And it's one of those situations where your pay is partly pay, but it's also partly knowing that you are having such an impact. And that's an amazing thing. So thank you so much for all you do. And don't be a stranger. If you have any more information you want to pass along, or maybe a fundraiser event you guys are doing, reach back out and we'll see what we can do for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We will. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Daniel, with the Havens of Hope Children.
Trump will talk about where things stand with Iran. The president insisting that Tehran is still anxious to cut a deal with the U.S. Mr. Trump also meets today with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Then the president will attend the late Senator Lindsey Graham's funeral at Washington National Cathedral. Damage assessment is underway after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake rocked Japan's main island of Kyushu. An earlier tsunami advisory was lifted. Firefighters kept a vast wildfire in southwest France from advancing overnight, but another dry heat wave is on the way and thousands more evacuations in the region have been ordered. The Dow trading about 407 points higher, NASDAQ down 271. More details, srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory.
You know how the smoke alarm always waits until about 3 a.m. to start up with that noise? Well, this is kind of like that. Now, excuse the mess, but have you heard AOC is running for president? That's right. The lady with 3 last names, big friendly eyes, and a TV ponytail is sure she's ready to run the country and resume punishing everyone more or less equally. So squad leader Sandy Cortez, or AOC as it says on the arrest warrant, must have looked inside her official NPR tote bag and found a note signed by 51 intelligence officers saying, "Great idea, honey. Go ahead and bring your special brand of crazy to the White House." And since Hunter got pardoned by Sleepy Joe, he can be vice president. Hell, Hunter knows all there is to know about vice. Can I get an amen? But wait, this fruit-forward backwash has What about qualifications? Well, that's easy. Sandy Cortez and the Red Dog Mission of Hope Workers Brigade are ready to launch the Denotification of America Part 2, which will eliminate drive-through liquor barns. Hey, it might work. Now, to make it more annoying, your edible electric car will need to be made of cauliflower. Now, even circus people could find the skunk at this lawn party. This is your Uncle Otis, a false and dangerous narrative keeping fear alive. And I'll see you on the other side of the razor wire at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. All that moist air from the monsoon staying well off to our west, and that means sunny and hot conditions for us today. We're headed for about 107 on the afternoon high. Wind will be a little bit gusty, but not too bad, and we should have sunshine through the day. Looks like mid-70s for the overnight hours, a little bit breezy and clear, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, highs about 103. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. Stocks were mixed in the final hour trading on Monday, but they squeaked into the green right at the last. Things started out so well, too. There were no attacks on Iran Sunday into Monday, and crude oil fell sharply, but it all didn't last, especially after Chinese chipmaker soared 470% on its trading debut in China. More competition for U.S. manufacturers, I'm afraid. So the Dow was up 0.5%, the Nasdaq 1/5%, and the S&P 500 in the green by just 1 point. And the Philly Stocks Index was down more than 2%. Company news, Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Massimo is stepping down. She oversaw that botch rebranding that included new decor and a logo that didn't feature favorite Uncle Herschel. Stock down about 2 to 3%. Tobacco maker Philip Morris up 1 to 3%. It's doubling its investment in its nicotine patch business called Zyn. Boeing ascending 1% after beating Airbus at last week's Farnborough Air Show. 173 orders versus 154. Well done, Boeing. Paramount's holding off on closing its multi-billion-dollar merger with Warner Brothers until a court decides if it's legal or not. 12 U.S. states say it's not legal. And this week, 4 of the Magnificent Seven report. They are Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta platforms. Later today, Visa, Coca-Cola, and Boeing. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
Summer fun is almost done, but the savings roll on during the Roswell Honda Summer Event. Now through the end of the month, score an unbelievable rate on your next ride. Like 5.49% for up to 60 months on 2026 Civic Hatchback, 3.99% for up to 60 on 26 HRV and Accord Hybrid, 2.49% for up to 36 months on 26 CRV and CRV Hybrid, and an unbelievable 1.99% for up to 36 months on 2026 Ridgeline. The Summer Event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. It's time to kick off the 2026 Chavez County 4-H and FFA Stock Show and Fair, July 24th through August 1st. Brought to you by Pierce Ranch Store in Roswell. Join KSVP TV for live coverage from the Hobson Arena and the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds. From goat shows to heifer and steer competitions and the exciting Junior Livestock Sale. Catch all the action live. Pierce Ranch Store in Roswell is your one-stop shop for locally grown and raised beef, pork, eggs, and more. Pierce Ranch Store, 124 East 2nd in Roswell, a proud supporter of 4-H and the FFA.
If you suffer from pulgonophobia, you would not want to attend a party with the following people: Kenny Rogers, Santa Claus, Willie Nelson, the cast of Duck Dynasty, and 2/3 of ZZ Top. Here's Mike Winters.
And we are closing in on 9 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. There were noisy demonstrations in D.C. ahead of Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's visit to the White House today. He and President Trump discussing where things stand with Iran. The president insists that Tehran is still anxious to cut a deal with the U.S.
The people said, please don't shoot last night, the night before, 2 nights. Don't do it. You know, we're having good talks. So we'll see what happens. I think there's a good chance that something can happen. And if it does, good. If it doesn't, we go back to doing what we were doing 2 days ago.
The president also meeting today with Ukrainian President Zelensky. Then Mr. Trump will attend the late Senator Lindsey Graham's funeral at Washington National Cathedral. There's a vote planned today on a permanent director of national intelligence.
The Senate is expected to confirm Jay Clayton later today to become head of the nation's intelligence agencies. Clayton is expected to be confirmed along party lines after a contentious hearing 2 weeks ago in which he repeatedly refused to say that former President Joe Biden won the 2020 election, instead saying
Joe Biden was certified as the president of the United States.
Still, Democrats say they have more confidence in Clayton than they do in Trump's temporary pick for the job, Bill Pulte, who has no known intelligence experience and investigated the president's perceived enemies in his previous post as a federal housing regulator. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Americans' confidence in the economy, as measured by the Conference Board, is down this month as gas prices rose again. The board's Consumer Confidence Index fell to 90.8 this month, from a reading of 92.2 in June. Seems that much of the American consumer's outlook rises and falls with the price at the gas pump. And on Wall Street, the Dow trading 386 points higher, the NASDAQ down 166. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Is the bloom off the rose for artificial intelligence? Well, there's been a big sell-off of AI-related stocks in South Korea.
Today's sell-off in Asia's chip stocks comes as investors begin to question how much is being spent on the AI boom, as well as worries over rising competition from China's chip industry. Shares in NVIDIA sank 5% on Wall Street on Monday on reports that the chip maker could provide a financial backstop worth $250 billion to help build open AI data centers. That's raising concerns about the extent to which the American chip maker may be financing its own customers.
The BBC's Maura Fogarty. Meeting at a British naval base, Ukrainian President Zelensky and the new UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham have discussed joint drone projects, as well as Ukraine's urgent need for ballistic missile interceptors. Burnham says yesterday's talks intended to underline unwavering British support for Ukraine. Townhall.com. It is a judicial victory for the Trump administration.
A federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit challenging the legitimacy of President Trump's Religious Liberty Commission. The lawsuit filed by an interfaith group argued that the commission's overwhelmingly conservative Christian makeup lacked a legally required balance of viewpoints. On Monday, U.S. District Judge John P. Cronin ruled that while federal law requires advisory commissions to have a balance of viewpoints, it doesn't specify how this should be done. The lawsuit sought a more ideologically and religiously diverse commission. However, Cronin said the commission is diverse in other ways. Keith Peters, Washington.
Trump administration preparing to supercharge programs aimed at countering China's growing influence worldwide, bolstering the budgets of those programs by hundreds of millions of dollars, includes replacing outdated, aging undersea telecommunications cables in the Caribbean and Central America. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil witch and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
And we do mean happy.
Yeah, I hope it's just delightful.
Boiling over even.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Although it is hot. 108, it's just a barrel of stink.
Yeah.
But I will still take this over 90 with 99% humidity.
Yep. Getting out of the car and having your glasses instantly fog over is never a fun experience.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If you stand outside too long, you might burst into flames.
Right.
But, you know.
They're dry flames.
Yeah. And you can run into a tree or some shade and get actual respite.
Right.
That is the difference.
I got to tell you, I've had active thoughts over the last 3 or so days when I'll be driving and I'll see if somebody has their sprinklers on.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that just wants to pull over and just run through it one time.
Yeah.
You know, maybe do the old school, like slip and slide on the grass kind of thing, get up with the stain, just to get a base cool, you know?
Well, I get you. But pull back the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
If you're running your sprinklers in the middle of the day right now, you just wasting water.
No, that's absolutely true.
Probably making people mad too doing
but
it.
The other day it was like, I want to say like 11:30 or so.
Yeah.
I was south, and they have those big tracts of land.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're down by the base, they have those big tracts of land in between the roads, and that's around the time they were running those sprinklers.
Yeah.
And it's already like 87 degrees.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's already burning off.
I want to just go get a base. The other thing is we have options here. We have splash pads here.
Sure.
But it does strike a little odd if you go to a splash pad without a child of your own.
Yeah, I steer clear of it for that very reason.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing to do. It's like if you're like a middle-aged childless man on a hot summer day.
Yes.
You just want a quick, just a base. But you show up at a splash pad without a kid, and you're the weird one.
Yeah. I'm just here shirtless like everybody else, trying to...
Sitting under the bucket, just waiting for it. You know how you do.
Right.
Look, as a man without children. Have you had the experience of either one of the splash pads here in Roswell?
No.
You really? I mean,
I'm not.
I'll loan you my kid.
Yeah.
Like I'll loan you. You know, like you didn't have to be both of them. I'll loan you one.
I mean, I've been to them, like I think, like the groundbreakings or whatever. I mean, but I have never like participated in any of them or anything. No.
You're missing out, man. You're missing out, man. I'm telling you. Give yourself a little base coat of sunscreen. Once you get that base cool of the water, makes every single bit of the day a little bit better.
Yeah. But for that very reason, I just, it's the same reason why I don't go see cartoon movies. I don't have a kid.
Right.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's certain things that, as a person by oneself, it's very hard to get past or justify. Like for me, if I'm just like a week without the kids or whatever, and I want to just go grab like some Thai food,
right?
I'm most likely going to order it either to go or delivery, because going to a restaurant, for one,
it's a little odd.
It feels weird. I have, however, done it recently. I went to the Italian establishment up the road here. I have a great lunch special, and I sat there by myself and enjoyed my own company.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I had my phone and I was watching, YouTube or whatever at a reasonable volume. I was trying to be, polite, but that was fine. But like going into especially an empty restaurant, you're by yourself, you just feel like everybody's watching you.
Yeah, I never.
No,
it's been decades since I probably ate by myself in a restaurant. Especially in the modern world of takeout to go and everything. Right. I just like not that I'm married. I'm very rarely, but for instance, back when my wife was in the hospital with her head stuff, and we were in El Paso, and I was kind of staying at a hotel by myself for a week at night. Now, granted, most of the day I was there with her, and in the evenings I'd go home or go to the hotel room.
Hotel, right?
And now they had a microwave and then a refrigerator in there, and that was about it. So one or two nights, I literally went to like a grocery store and got like the pre-packaged microwave meal for 5 minutes. I ate that a couple nights.
Sure. But that's the thing. When you have a loved one in the hospital, you kind of feel obligated to not enjoy what you're doing. You're like, I'm just trying to get sustenance into my body. I'm not trying to enjoy my experience.
Then there was a couple nights I'm like, ooh, Dairy Queen in Texas. They got the dude, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to get that instead,
I can see that.
Which I don't get. Why can't we have the dude outside of Texas?
Well, same thing with steak strips, steak fingers.
Yeah.
They don't sell them outside of Texas at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It's one of those bogglers of. Same thing goes with like other places around. Like if you go to McDonald's in like Oklahoma, you can't get a green chili double cheeseburger,
right?
Just because.
I get that.
But you can get cans of Hatch chili, which I know that's what they use.
Right.
Anywhere in the country.
I know. I just don't think there's a demand for it like there is here. But that being said, what state of this union does not want a chicken fried steak sandwich?
I concur, sir. I concur. It is one of those things that's like, well, certain like contracts, once you get into the weeds of them, it gets interesting. It's like the stipulations where, like, for example, like for the longest time, and this was a known thing if you ever worked for any of the Allsups around here, they had kind of a control over Roswell as far as like gas stations go.
Right.
Like there was a few, like once
the lockdown,
they kind of did. Like 7-Eleven was specifically, I think that's why we don't have 7-Elevens here.
Well, now we got them, sort of.
Well, we have Stripes 7-Eleven,
which are 7-Eleven owned.
But notice they haven't changed any of the packaging or the note of the store.
Some of the food items you'll pick up have 7-Eleven on there, like some of the pre-prepared foods.
I don't know if this was just like hearsay and conjecture, but there was always like a long-standing rumor that Mr. Allsup, when he started the company, he put in the contract that 7-Eleven could never open in Roswell. Because I think he ran him out of town when he opened the first Allsups. So there was like a whole thing. So I'm curious if that's why they haven't put any 7-Eleven signage up. Just interesting little side tidbit there.
I don't know, but I will tell you, now the 7-Eleven pizza has changed since I remember as a kid, but it's still pretty good.
It's not bad.
It's
and made on site too. That's the other thing, is they have their own, like they once they open up the 7-Elevens, they open up pizza ovens in all the locations.
But and this might be the modern time. there's something about going up to the counter and having the pizza in that little display on the round thing, and there's usually like 2 pizzas in there.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's a cheese one and a pepperoni one usually, and you're just like, give me that one. Give me. Where now it's a box and you grab. I don't know. It's not the same.
It's not. Well, that's what I was going to say earlier, though, is with the whole going to eat at an establishment versus getting the food to go. If you order we're getting a lot of places free advertising today. If you order a pan pizza from Pizza Hut,
right?
If you order it in the restaurant and it comes inside the cast iron, that's the best way. That is my one seat.
Do they
pizza.
still serve it that way?
Yes.
Like I
if you
legit
eat
haven't
in
been
restaurant, yes.
Yeah, I just haven't done that in so long.
But you will not be able to replicate the pan pizza experience out of a box. It's just not the same. It's still going to be good. It's just
But
not
I grew up where
the
Pizza
same.
Hut was a destination as a kid, and that was
kind of same.
Like that pan pizza in that pan with the Pepsi or the Coke in those red cups with the pitcher, the Donkey Kong,
the stained glass chandelier thing. Yeah,
the Donkey Kong or Miss Pac-Man flat top machine.
People who are my age, who were in the Roswell High Band at around the 90s and 2000s, I'm sure this was before this too, that we picked up their tradition.
Yeah.
After games, we would go to the Pizza Hut on 2nd Street and just hang.
Yeah.
That was our place.
And quite frankly, I don't recall them ever having anything else. Like breadsticks or none of that nonsense.
Well,
you had pizza, maybe salads.
We come from a different time though, because my Pizza Hut of my adolescence was very experimental.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the Bigfoot?
Yeah, I remember later, but that's when delivery. I'm thinking like before pizza was delivered. This was like I'm talking early '80s where I grew up.
Yeah, because
the Pizza Hut experience.
A lot of people don't really talk about it, but Domino's was sort of the pioneer of the delivery pizza.
Yeah, nationally.
Yeah, with their whole Noid thing, Noid and all that. But
this was kind of before all that, where you went to Pizza Hut to eat pizza. But I'm pretty sure, I think they had salads.
Yeah,
and pizza. I don't think they even had breadsticks.
See,
I think
because this whole day has just been like, oh, I'm old. I'm slightly less old.
Yeah.
But my experience was the buffet was usually the steak that was there.
And see, this was all pre-buffet, pre all of that. It was legit. Just the soda. It was, and it was like the perfect, like take the baseball team or whatever, because they'd set the table out and they put like 6 of those pizzas out and you just it was a thing like. And I'm sorry, kids, there was nothing cooler when you were like 8 or 9 years old than having your birthday party at McDonald's.
Right?
That was like, you were king. Like, that's like Taylor Swift showing up at your house today.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
McDonald's is still a pretty big deal for kids, but there was a time when, and again, this is past Mike's time, but when McDonald's was sort of like, the concept of getting McDonald's wherever you were was kind of like the most exciting thing for a child.
Sure.
Like when I was a kid, there was Nickelodeon ran this promotion called Nick Takes Over Your School. They would send in like local or like Nickelodeon celebrities and stuff, and they would have a whole thing. And McDonald's would cater, like they'd bring Happy Meals for all the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's such a cool thing, is like just to eat McDonald's in school. But it's times they are changing. I mean, I don't think that anybody gets as excited about a corporate location anymore.
Right. My guest is on the way. I just got a text. But if you notice, like when they started incentivizing giving you McDonald's, but if you notice what they started, and it was the Pizza Hut, McDonald's. The two.
Oh yeah.
Because that was the kings of kids.
Yeah,
fast food.
You were the weird kid if you were the one requesting the 3-inch sandwich from Subway in your kid's meal. It comes with coloring, an activity book. Does it? Does it, Jimmy?
When you were a kid, those were the kings, man. Pizza Hut and McDonald's. They were. I mean, Burger King. If you found them, they were fine.
They were. Yeah. They never.
And this was really predating where Taco Bells and all this were all over the place.
This is where you kind of look back to like. Do you remember and this is again past your time, but the Burger King Kids Club was I
think my brother was in it.
It was the most diverse group of mascot characters in the entire fast food game, because you had a ginger, a girl, a nerd, black kid, and a kid in a wheelchair.
Checked all the boxes.
You had every single. I think there's a Chinese girl in there too, but it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, we representation, diversity, and that was sort of the going trend of the early '90s. Like if you look at Captain Planet, same thing. They had all the different Power Rangers, which, by the way, they've talked about in subsequent years that they regret making Trini the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
Like the Chinese girl or the Asian girl making her the Yellow Ranger, or making the black kid be the black. Like they regret a lot of those decisions, but they also kind of had to work with what they had, which was the Japanese, original filming. So
right.
They kind of had to just make it work. So they're like, well, put the black kid in the black suit,
Yeah, that was I was young, but I was too old for Power Rangers. I was if I was watching that at that age, I would have been looked at
very weirdly,
like a creepo.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. I was interested in other things at that.
But see, I think that's a seed.
Yeah.
That's a seed that's planted. You're like, oh, I couldn't watch something as childish as Power Rangers at my age. I'd be looked at funny.
Yeah.
I can't go watch a cartoon movie as a grown up. I'd be looked at funny.
But
you got to temper those internal judgments.
But you got to think that's also the age of me, and I think this is most Gen X. Because we're the middle. Like we are the generation that like toys and crap. But we're also the generation where our parents said, once you hit a certain age, that you don't play with toys no more.
I'm gonna put it into perspective.
And so we are that. We're the ones that we like this goofiness, but we also have the one voice in our head saying, "You're a grown person. Quit being Quit acting like you're 7 still. You got bills to pay. You got life to. You ain't got time for this nonsense."
And then I have another voice in my head that goes, "Yeah, you got to pay bills, so you might as well enjoy the time you're not paying bills, right?"
Right.
But that being said, here's the perspective change from yours to mine. Darlene, DJ. That's the perspective. You're the teen with the kind of the angsty, the flannel, the Gen X stuff.
You went Roseanne on me, everybody.
Yeah,
for folks that don't know.
I was the bright-eyed, optimistic youngster that still thought there was hope in the world, even though you were 100% sure there was no hope. Okay. I was still, kind of optimistic, but you were sure. And
well,
you're
I've jaded
right.
since I've gotten older.
You were right. I
was more optimistic in my younger days, and as I've gotten older, I've really gotten more cantankerous, I guess you could say.
We really have turned into what's is it Mortimer? Waldorf and Mortimer from the Muppets.
Yeah, it's going to get better.
Two old curmudgeons sitting in a room agreeing with each other.
All right. Amy McVeigh-Tejas is on her way. She sent me a text and to join us here in just a little bit to give us an update from the Historical Society talking baseball and all that. Let's do this. Let's pause for weather and a commercial break, and she should be in by then. If not, then we'll chit-chat a bit more. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. All that moist air from the monsoon staying well off to our west, and that means sunny and hot conditions for us today. We're headed for about 107 on the afternoon high. Wind will be a little bit gusty, but not too bad, and we should have sunshine through the day. Looks like mid-70s for the overnight hours, a little bit breezy and clear, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, highs about 103. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Do you have missing teeth or would like them replaced? If you think dental implants are not affordable, think again. At Maupin & Brown Dentistry, their goal has always been to provide the highest quality dentistry in a state-of-the-art office at a reasonable price. They routinely treat patients that have traveled out of town for a consultation but cannot afford the treatment quoted. Now, if this sounds like your story, come in today. As one of New Mexico's largest users of the world-class Nobel brand implants, they're able to purchase in volume and pass the savings on to you.
So, if you're missing a tooth or have loose dentures, call today for a free evaluation, which includes a free 3D x-ray. You'll be given treatment options with an honest evaluation with no hard sell or arm twisting. But don't take our word for it. Just ask one of the thousands of patients they've treated. Maupin & Brown Dentistry, your choice for experienced, affordable, state-of-the-art dentistry. Call 627-0141 or visit maupinbrown.com.
Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. When you need a good vacuum cleaner, you need a store that really sucks. Like Vacuums Plus near the corner of South Main and Poe. Vacuums Plus has new top-of-the-line vacuum cleaners that really suck. They have used vacuum cleaners for as low as $15 that suck too. They have bags and belts to fit just about every vacuum ever made. Vacuums Plus even services vacuum cleaners. So, when you think of vacuum cleaners, think of Vacuums Plus across from Andrew's Donuts on South Main. Vacuums Plus really sucks.
Mulan has the highest kill count of any Disney character. When asked for comment, Buzz Lightyear responded, "To infinity and beyond." Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, Amy McVeigh is back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
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 If she's been out and about, but she's got a bum wheel, so give her a little slack. It takes her longer to get around to places right now. So.
Rob's probably listening from work. He's been pretty harsh. Yeah. Okay, hop along.
Yeah, he's been giving you a hard time?
Yeah, he gives me a hard time because you know me, I usually go 90 miles an hour.
Well, maybe they can get you one of them scooters, at least in the meantime. Those things haul butt. I've seen people.
Seriously, I'm probably dangerous with that too because then I want to go and they'll say, watch out. Maybe.
But unfortunately, there's not a lot of time to rest the knee because there's a lot of activities going on here, especially since August is Saturday, and then things kind of turn up from there on.
Yes.
Of course, the big one we've been talking a little bit about here for the past month or so is the honoring of the 1956 Hondo Little League World Series baseball team. It's their 70th anniversary, and we're having a 2-day event here in August. So it's so big there's going to be a documentary at the baseball park this Saturday, and then Sunday back at the archives for a book signing and meet and greet event. It's a whole weekend, and hopefully we'll have some of those original players join us for both of the events here. Hopefully get to hang out and meet.
God is so good. We're so blessed to be part of the 70th anniversary of the 1956 Lions Hondo Little League World Series championship team. Mm-hmm. There's no coincidence that we scheduled it when we did so that it's this natural flow of that documentary that's been doing some great things and winning awards to right before the Little League World Series, and we can celebrate, and then they can have that World Series moment and everybody's watching. Yeah. So we're really excited. God has really laid his hand on this event. It's evolved. Mike, we got a call from granddaughter of Coach St. John.
Okay.
And Precious Kathy's like, Amy, how can I help? And I think I want to be a volunteer at the Historical Society and all this. So I can't tell you what great things we're doing. We just I love when we get certified mail from the Capitol. We just got the state proclamation. Thank you to our governor for supporting that. I believe we'll have somebody here to read state proclamation, have us read a proclamation from the city. New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy will be out there with flags. We've got a beautiful, dynamic young woman that's going to sing the national anthem. We have disaster relief coming through saying, we're going to cook some hot dogs.
They have dogs. Because it's baseball, right? You got to have hot dogs.
It's baseball. Yeah. So you're going to have those old school. And, Mike, we even have, I just got them delivered, those old school baseball gumballs. Come on, we've got to have this.
Nice.
So,
anybody got a connection on some Cracker Jacks, and we're good to go.
We need Cracker Jacks. Y'all know me. It might be first come, first serve.
Yeah.
So these are free events, so you will not have to. And we really want to encourage. A huge shout out to Josh Torres with Lions Honda Little League. First of all, has that beautiful sign up in commemoration of them, and we want to encourage these. If you play at Lions Honda, if you play at Noonop, if you have played baseball in Roswell. This is part of our history.
Well,
and let's sit a moment with these men.
Absolutely. And I will say this. That ball field that you're going to be sitting on here on the 15th is way nicer than what these at the time young men had when they played. I used to live right behind there. It's a beautiful ball field, and
it's beautiful.
Several ball fields actually, but
so much work.
And
so much work.
And to have the history that it does, to honor that, but like you said, regardless of where you play Little League baseball in town, this is your history. This is the history.
I'll never forget a fourth grader, Mike. He told me, Lions Honda, they stink. I go to Noonop or whatever, and it was a fourth grader.
Yeah.
And then everybody looked because they knew I was going to respond.
Yeah.
And the little thing that I said is, you know what, guys, you need to realize this is greater than us. You're going to represent Roswell, and you know what? We've got some great teams representing right now too.
Sure.
So past, present. Before I forget, Mike, so we will have Dewey Johnson at the event on Saturday night. That will be there selling his books.
He'll be at both events, actually.
That's exactly right. We also have some of the Coach St. John family members that are going to set up a little table to do some celebration of their items.
Okay.
But most importantly, Mike, right now, if you have a connection of a connection of connection, I am one employee for a huge organization, and not everything can be treated off the internet. If we have connections that are greater than us, make calls. Let's invite everybody and everybody. So let's validate who we know we do have connections.
There is the modern world of technology.
Absolutely.
And then there's the old school grapevine. And people know people, the families, and
so
this
invite,
and that.
make the calls. We'd love to make many calls, but people can make many calls. So we know we have connections with Jimmy Valdez, Farrell Dunham, David Sherrod, Tommy Jordan, and Harold Hobson.
Awesome.
We have Coach St. John's family representation. Exceedingly of that, make those calls and connections. If you're a family member of a family member, represent, show up, be proud.
Absolutely.
We'll have extra tables, so we'll do it. If you have any information, please call me at 622-8333.
And even if you're like adjacent, they were family of this, the friends of that, or we were part of one of the business sponsors, or we were part of it, whatever. If you had any kind of attachment to that team,
those moments,
we would love to have you there.
Even the radio moments.
Yeah.
So this is just an all call on behalf of the Historical Society. If you are with the county or the city or governments or family members that just remember those moments, let's come out. Let's fill up that field. So make sure and bring your lawn chairs. Yeah. We'll start at 7:30.
And the documentary is, I believe, I don't know if this is a premiere of it, but
yes. And shout out to Peter Reddick. If you need more information on that, give us a call. Yes, so we're unveiling this. We're premiering it. We want to do it together.
It's not easy to view yet.
Oh, no.
So if you want to see it, you're going to have to see it.
Time.
Yeah, if you're going to want to see this, which you really want to, your really only opportunity for the time being will be here on August 15th.
And we're looking for sponsors. So if you have a connection with Cracker Jacks or licorice, or you just want to say, Amy, we'll be happy on behalf of this organization to bring it, call, and let's just have a fill up. I want the parking lot to be full. And we say, wow, I want the roar to be heard to the men that are in the heavens.
Absolutely.
And so don't forget, if you need any more information, call 622-8333, all for the love of the game Sunday. So again, Saturday, 7:30, we'll start the ceremony. Be there at 7:30. We'll start the documentary at 8. Now on Sunday, wonderful presentation, 2 o'clock in the archives. Dewey Johnson will be there. We'll have the baseball men there. We'll have family members of St. John. Be a great time
It'll be a little
to
cooler
see the
and
presentation.
a little cooler and a little calmer.
Let's
so if you
fill
want to
up the
have
archives.
more extensive
Yes.
chats with these men.
Yes, so get Dewey's autograph. Make sure and go to both events. He's got a great presentation on the book. We're celebrating, Historical Society will be celebrating throughout the year our 50 years. July the 3rd was 50 years that our museum unveiled and literally pulled that beautiful covering off of our sign celebrating 50 years. So
Pretty cool.
everybody that comes in the museum right now is going to get our beautiful 50th anniversary sticker.
Now,
and let's just celebrate.
In case you don't know, the house you're walking in is much older than the Historical Society. That building is.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
the Historical
Yes,
Society in of itself is 50
the museum.
years old. Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
So the house was built, completed construction in 1912, and the White family lived in that beautiful home. And the generous donations of the White family allowed us to be a museum after 1976. So it's just a great opportunity. And speaking of baseball, I love it. Patty Swinson's calling with the Invaders, talking about history. There's Joe Ballman history.
Yeah,
right
matter of
there.
fact, they won.
Patty, I'm gonna call you.
They won their division. I meant to announce that, and I forgot. Yeah, they won their division.
See?
They're in the playoffs. It's an exciting time to go
See,
see
Mike,
some
that was
Invader
meant
baseball.
for her to call. We're talking
Yeah.
about baseball.
Well, she sent me a thing yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do it. So as you said, I was like,
See,
oh, I was supposed to do that.
What
So,
greater
yeah.
opportunity to the Historical Society to celebrate the legacy of ball from Little League World Series to Joe Ballman, now Invaders. Love it. You
Yeah.
know me, Mike. I'll sit here and talk about ball all day. So
Yeah, she literally sent me a thing yesterday saying,
Amazing.
don't forget to, hey, mention that they won their division.
That's amazing.
It's playoff time. Get your tickets. Go out there.
Please support them. And
Beginning here July 31st, I think they start playing playoff baseball
amazing.
here and all
Shout
that,
out to the
so.
Invaders. We're
Yeah.
honored to support them, and we need to support them a little bit more. Speaking of support, blood drives. I know they're needing blood.
Yes.
Our next blood drive is August the 18th.
Okay.
If you want me to sign you up, all you have to do is text me, 575-915-4471. We need to fill this blood drive up,
Please.
and we'll have the blessings. Hey, Mike.
They're in desperate need.
This is a good teaser.
Yeah.
I have homemade bread in the freezer. If you call me today, you're getting homemade bread, Margaret Lackey. Ladies and gentlemen, that's worth like $20.
How about that? Bread's pretty
Oh, heck
delicious.
yes. We're, yes. So let's get the blessings will be there on August the 18th and
I'm-
saving lives. Come on, guys.
And this is one thing
Come on,
that I highly recommend because Amy does the people that sign up to donate blood during the Historical Society's blood drive. She always cooks up swag bags and gifts.
You're going to get blessings.
It's kind of an extra, like, I'm sure people go all out and do amazing things at their blood drives, but
They do.
you go to one at the Historical Society,
They do.
you kind of get extra swag. You get extra just thank yous for coming out.
And Jason Garcia with Mexico Military Institute ROTC program,
Yeah.
and so many. We've represented them. Even doors have opened through the Mexico Military Institute through our swag bags representing. And I love those connections. So if you have, please, let's fill up that blood drive.
But they are in desperate need.
They are.
And I'm telling you, they're always low during the summer months anyway because
Yes.
one of the big donors for blood, believe it or not, are high schools. And they're out
for
during the summer. So
Yes.
so they really so please sign up for these blood drives.
And Mike, you bring up a good point. Some
yeah.
of these high schoolers that have been off for the summer, they're probably eligible to donate
Mhm.
too. So let's make those connections. It is in the afternoon, even a high schooler.
Absolutely.
622-8333 or text me at 575-915-4471. A lot of things still going on. Save the date for Guy Penrod. We wanted to update you on something. He'll be coming on December the 10th.
We got it locked down now.
We did get confirmation. Tickets will be available September 1. So September 1, not August 1. We're working on something.
And I'm warning you folks, the earlier the better on this one. We've already had people from counties over.
Oh, yes.
Guy Penrod's coming. So locals, I'm telling you, September 1, when tickets go on sale, you want to guarantee a ticket, you're going to have to do it early because they're going to get
he's
scooped
gonna
up
sell
quick.
out. You know what's fun, Mike?
he-
I'm glad you mentioned
Yeah.
that. You know, at First Assembly in Carlsbad, they're ready to fill that place up.
Yeah.
And they're on fire. The minute they said, they're trying to let us say, how many tickets do we need to buy to get in advance?
I'm telling you,
So
word's getting out that Guy Penrod's coming to Southeast New Mexico.
So let me say this. If you're very anxious, we like to use that word, call the museum and I'll get a wait list going.
Okay.
So call me at 622-8333. I want calls, not texts on this, so we can make sure and have all the information. Right. If you want to be put on a waiting list, 622-8333, we will literally call you on September 1 and get that going.
And we might also have bonus blessing opportunities for certain fans of Mr. Penrod.
Yes. You're right. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. You know, I was just talking to Pastor Nate from Grace Community Church, and God has just really laid on my heart some special details right before Christmas. So there will be some very unique blessing opportunities at this event. So December 10th, again, tickets will be available September 1. Exciting news, and I know we'll be, Mike, next week we have our first Museum Day meeting.
Cool.
Woo, 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 woo. So that's going to be right around the corner.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like the fall. Oh, wait, August is Saturday. So,
goodness. So shout out to our amazing group. It's not me, it's we. We work together as a team. We as Museum Day crew. So that is, mark your calendars, October the 3rd, Museum Day 10 to 5. We've got support from all of our amazing
is it 7,
crew.
8 museums?
Yeah, it's 7 locations.
7, okay.
It's going to be 8
museums, 7
I'm
locations,
sure.
yeah.
Now, and to be finalizing details, we might have, Mike, every year we come up with some additional blessings.
Sure.
So follow with more information, Caroline Brooks and so many of the representatives. Again, it's a great group. If you need more information on that, you can call me at 622-8333 and we'll have more information to come.
It's such a cool, unique event because there's no town like Roswell that can bolster and host an event like this, because most towns of this size don't have let alone 8 museum places to enjoy.
Hello. Visit our museum, not museums, and then it's a full page of listening. So, I just love our museums. I love every one of them. I do want to mention our historic book fair also will be on October the 3rd.
Great.
John and Donna and so many others. We're going to have vintage books that have been
Holidays
donated.
are coming up. Perfect time to maybe do a little pre-holiday shopping for some fans.
And we're going to have some additional blessings. We're going to have some art one-time opportunities there. We're going to, and Mike, we've got some great support inside and outside. We're going to have some new features outside too. So mark your calendars, October the 3rd for Museum Day, and what a blessing it is to be a part of that. I was supposed to be on the radio here today with Dee from House of Flowers.
Yeah.
We want to celebrate kind of Christmas in July now, but it's coming up. So I do want to give a shout out to all of the Historical Society Holiday with Friends peoples. So we've got that
which will
event.
be right around the corner.
Oh my gosh, Michael, it's going to be, and people are like, don't rush it.
Christmas is tomorrow,
We're trying to
folks.
remind you. Hey, mark your calendars. So mark your calendars for November the 21st. That is the Historical Society's Holiday with Friends.
Yeah.
But that celebration goes over to the very historical House of Flowers.
Yeah.
That's actually, I believe, celebrating the holidays right now.
Speaking
too.
of Roswell and history, and
and
the
they've
flowers
supported us, and that's the
that's
historical building.
the building. Yeah, the building's as historical as the business.
Whoa,
it is. Yeah.
whoa. So, I just want to encourage people to support local in general. We have local treasures, but again, mark your calendar. Holiday with Friends, Deborah Lucas, baked goods, and so much more. I even had one of our vendors. I'm going to shout out to Georgia Bader. She's like, how many more inches can I get of my table? I've got some. So I've got to shout out to her. I don't know what she's working on, but she's working on some good things. So, and we've got a new vendor, and I'm really, really excited, Mike. It is Kate and Claire.
Okay.
Miss Naranjo, she's going to pull up in her charming Western boutique trailer in the front. So, and the way to Mike Winter's heart is, yes, there's going to be some food outside. You're going to have to listen. We've got a food truck coming. I will not say the name because we need to confirm some things.
Okay.
I believe we're good to go. There is going to be food.
All right.
So again, November the 21st, and that is 10
People
to
will
5.
stay longer if there's food.
Oh, you better believe it. Some clothes, some food. Yes,
Right.
we're trying to cover it all.
Yeah.
And Elaine Mayfield is working with me on some fun new things. So November 21st, museum will be adorned for Christmas.
And folks, I'm telling you right now, you've made somebody mad this week. Go to House of Flowers. Do right by them.
heck
Hook
yes.
them up. I don't care who it is. Support
yeah.
the local business. Go check. And if you don't realize what we're talking about, that building, the history behind it, go visit and see what I'm talking about.
Yes.
They're not to mention they're going to do amazing things to find you a plant or a flower or whatever you're looking for.
Well,
but
I think they've got some celebrating Christmas in July right now going on. Very special menu. I am happy to announce as of today, shout out to the Levins. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be HTO at our amazing event.
So they'll be providing their
So
tea
we've
from
got
their
the
store on
food thing
2nd
going
Street.
on.
Yeah.
We've got the tea. Yes, and so much more. This event is really going to take a moment to personalize the many details and the legacy of Peppers. I've been talking to the Rowe family. We're going to be doing celebration legacy back from the clubhouse stuff to current. So if you want more information, but it'll be $90 a person, $700 per table. RSVP date will be September the 4th. And so on Tuesday, September 29th, it'll be at the gala.
Yes.
And the doors will open at 5:30 because we're going to have party on the patio with live entertainment. Woo! From 5:30 to 6:30.
Very reminiscent of something you do at Peppers.
Amen, brother. Dinner buffet. It'll be a buffet at 6:30, and then we'll get that event going right after everybody's had them all. Oh, and Mike, last but not least, a way to your heart. I've said her name, and I'm going to say it again because she was one of the diehard. I think she went like twice a week to Peppers without fail. Deborah Lucas is going to be partnering with us on that. So you'll have the ultimate dessert from Deborah Lucas.
I just was wondering, this is me just because we were talking about they were going to do the party on the patio thing. I wonder if they can dig up some of the old musicians that used to do party on the patio.
Yes.
I know one, and he should come out of retirement. He's a teacher. And I don't think he does gigs much anymore, but he spent many a Friday on the patio at Peppers.
So absolutely. So we're going to have live entertainment. Now we'll only have it for an hour because, that's one thing that Adam and I were laughing about. You can only do so many things in this 1 hour.
Sure.
But I'm going to tell you one thing. We're going to take a moment to celebrate everybody that's impacted their lives. And whether we can reach out to all the museums. Now, on the flip side, the list is long and distinguished of so many. But we're going to do something very intentional and in hopes that, one thing we love about the Gala Event Center, they're doing their own kind of party on the patio thing. So I think shout out to them for honoring that legacy too and doing that and evolving. But if you need more information about this event, if you want to be a sponsor, help support, have some great ideas.
It's going to be a fun night, big night.
My
a lot
goodness,
of memories, a lot of entertaining, a lot of good times.
We've even got some signage. One thing I do want to mention, if you did purchase some of the signs, the legacy signs of Peppers, and you could partner with us on this event, I want to shout out to Backdraft. They're going to work with us on that. Cool. We really appreciate them doing that, to bring some of those signs to really take a trip down memory lane.
Sure.
Last but not least, silent auction. We will have a silent auction. And so, we're really excited.
And if you don't bid, it won't be so silent, so bid.
hey, and if you want to know what we've got, Elaine Mayfield and I are working on some fun, one-of-a-kind things. And Mike, one of the things that's going to be available there is a one-of-a-kind something from Peppers.
Okay.
So that's
all right.
So, and you're going to have to be there. You can't.
Something that
it's something.
It's very
special.
Very iconic Peppers.
Yes. So we want. I believe that all 50,000 Roswellites have been impacted by Peppers. So one thing we want you to know is, the Historical Society is a nonprofit organization. We can't afford to send out 25,000 invitations. So our members, regular supporters of these heritage dinners will get mailers. If you do not get a mailer, it is not invite only. We want the whole entire town to come out.
Come to our website, get reservations.
Yes.
Call the Historical Society, email Amy, whatever you got to do, get that done. We would love to fill the gala here in September with nothing but fond memories and people supporting Peppers.
So look for, if you're wanting online availability, it'll be online next week. Call me for more information. We can do things on the phone. If you're wanting to make an online purchase, that'll be next week. Literally everything will be available. Mailers will go out. It's just taking a moment to celebrate Peppers. And on behalf of the Historical Society 44th Annual, Mike, every year, when you get that program, you see all the list of the 43 names. we're just so excited to have Peppers in the list of, man, they've just done so much to impact the community, and especially our Heritage Dinner for all these years. So if they're not cooking, now they're celebrating with us. So we think that's really, really cool.
Absolutely. It is cool. It's just, it's almost a passing of the baton a little bit, or kind of a change in the guard a little bit.
Another thing I do want to mention, it's believe it or not, Mike, we just gave out scholarships. We will be giving out more before you know it.
Yeah.
You Challenge Academy has started their program. I will be going out. I have the honor and privilege to go out to speak to this amazing new group.
Yeah.
There's a great group out there. If you want to be part of scholarships, New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy will be getting some more scholarships in December. So this program is not ended. And you know what, Mike, I want to brag on just for a minute too, is after school program and a lot of educational programs. Mike, we have been giving group tours like you can't imagine.
That's awesome.
Job Corps, Mike. After school program, Mike, we've got more groups coming this week. We have had hundreds of kids come through our doors. These things would not happen without Fred Boggs, Robin Billington, some new volunteers, really taking that time to really get these kids excited. Mike, we've got one group of kids that have had so much fun through after school program. It's going to be their third time they came. Now they wanted to meet John talking about being an author and stuff.
Cool.
Just great opportunities. We've got our intern working. I will shout out Braden Hardy. He's going to be a high school senior at Roswell High School. And Mike, through his working and traveling, he's never stopped helping support the Historical Society. So we've got those intern programs that just keep on going. So,
and folks, if you want to get more involved, please go to our website. Learn to become learn how you can become a member.
Books,
of course. Purchasing, don't forget, we still have our Peter Hurd prints available online. Many of the books from John LeMay, Donna Blake Burchell,
Dewey Johnson.
Elvis Fleming.
If you want to start reading Dewey Johnson's book now and then get it autographed, we have them. If you want to call it 622-8333, be happy to give you a book, and you can take the book out to get it autographed too.
Absolutely, too. RoswellNMhistory.org is our website. Please like and follow the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico on Facebook.
Instagram.
That way you can, and Instagram as well. That way you can stay up to date on all these different events coming up and everything.
Set the poll. Today is Tuesday.
That's
Where's
right.
the time?
Tomorrow.
So tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yes.
Come
and
on out to
shout
poll.
out to the Roswell Victory Home. They've really been working hard for us, Mike. If you need more information or need help around your house, they can help you. They're doing their fundraisers. They have helped us.
Yeah, they've really grown and done a lot here in the last couple of years.
If you need help or want to talk to them directly, come to the poll tomorrow at 9 o'clock. They're there. Mike, we have already got jobs, and so many people have gotten help because they're praying with us, and then they'll literally do jobs to help.
They are looking to help clean up yards or whatever. Whatever,
so
whatever
many
work
things,
can be done.
Inside, outside. So we'll see you at the poll tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Mike, thank you for helping make all this possible.
Anytime.
We've got a lot going on.
And folks, come on out, support the Invaders. Come out, support baseball. Come out August 15th and 16th to the two-day event there. There's just so much going on the radar.
There
just
really
get involved and get out there and have some fun with us.
Yes, follow us, or if you want to become a member, you could get our newsletters and have information about all of these
Absolutely.
things. There's a lot. 622-8333 if you need any, have any questions or anything.
Absolutely. Well, thank you,
Mike. I appreciate it.
I'm sure
we
you got
appreciate you.
10 more fires to put out, so we'll let you do that.
We're going to get it done. We're going to get her done.
That's right. And I guess Ralph's around the corner to pick you up to get you off to the next thing. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. All right, it is 9:52. Let's pause for news and a quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Senator Lindsey Graham eulogized in Washington today. His flag-draped casket arrived this morning at the U.S. Capitol, where the Republican served for more than 30 years as one of the great deal makers on Capitol Hill. Remembered fondly today by Vice President J.D. Vance at a ceremony as he lie in state. And Graham was what he called a swashbuckling figure and a true American original. Senate Majority Leader John Thune calls Graham a towering figure. A funeral set to be held a little later at National Cathedral. President Trump is expected to deliver remarks at that ceremony. Also on hand will be the Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. He met with President Trump today at the White House about moving forward in the war with Russia. President Trump expressing some frustration with Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu ahead of their White House meeting today. It will be their first sit-down since they launched a joint war against Iran. This is SRN News.
Waking up on the right side. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
But back to Elon and what he said, by the way, when we're talking about robots, just like everybody, got a Model T, we're talking about robots that will be in middle-class homes that most Americans at some point will be able to afford. If you get the first iteration of a big screen TV, you pay a fortune. You wait a year or two later, you pay nothing for the same TV. It's crazy. But they'll cut your lawn, do your dishes, clean your house, vacuum your floors, and take care of mundane tasks that, maybe some of you like, but I'd prefer not to. I do like my own grocery shopping. But he said there won't be anything AI won't be able to do better than humans apart from being human. That's a deep, profound statement.
From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
Good news, you don't have to overpay for big wireless. Nope, not when Pure Talk comes in with the exact same cell towers, the exact same 5G network, the same exact service for a fraction of the cost. And by the way, now for the first time ever, Pure Talk, they are offering any plan at just $15 a month for your first 3 months. Average family saves over $1,000 a year. Whatever plan you choose, including their unlimited data plans, even their top-tier $65 plan, $15 a month for your first 3 months. Huge saving up to $150. But make the switch now. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. Enjoy your first 3 months of text, data, talk, $15 a month. You simply dial pound 250, say the keyword save now, make the switch, pound 250, keyword save now from my wireless company, a veteran-owned company, America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. All that moist air from the monsoon staying well off to our west, and that means sunny and hot conditions for us today. We're headed for about 107 on the afternoon high. Wind will be a little bit gusty, but not too bad, and we should have sunshine through the day. Looks like mid-70s for the overnight hours, a little bit breezy and clear, and then on Wednesday and Thursday, highs about 103. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Score out of this galaxy savings all month long at Roswell Hyundai, including $1,000 in bonus cash or 3.99% for 60 months on Palisade or 3.49% for 60 months on Kona SE. Get $2,000 in bonus cash or 4.99% for 60 on Santa Cruz or 3.49% for 60 on Elantra SE, and $3,000 in bonus cash or 0% for 60 and no payments for 90 days on 26 Tucson SE. Grand Slam savings all month long at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices on appliances, and they will beat discount tire prices on tires. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Listen one more time. Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices, and they will beat discount tire prices. Come into the store for all the details.
This is why the Maloney of Roswell Tire and Appliance inviting you to shop local and save.
They'll beat Home Depot prices, and they'll beat discount tire prices. 101 South Main. Call 575-213-1362 or go online at RoswellTireandAppliance.com.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Your fingernails grow faster on your dominant hand. Not sure which is your dominant hand? Just wait. You'll nail it. Here's Mike Winters.
And we are closing in on 10 o'clock. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. If you missed any part of the show, just log on to ksvptv.com. Click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel. You'll find our stuff there. Don't forget, Chaves County Fair going on all week. Livestock shows, all that. You can find them live and on demand. ksvptv.com in the Chaves County Fair channel there. And of course, you missed any of the Eddy County Fair from last week. It's all up there as well, too. Have a great day.